A service of KIBMradio.com, the Internet's home for an all old-time radio.
Has he shown up yet, Bertie?
Not yet, Leroy, but he'll be here. You can count on Mr. Gildersleeve.
Gosh, what a long vacation. Why doesn't he shake a leg?
Well, he's coming. You can count on Mr. Gildersleeve.
That's right, Bertie. He'll be here in a minute. Tonight, in the first of a new fall and winter series of Wednesday evening broadcasts, the Kraft Foods Company presents Willard Waterman as the Great Gildersleeve. The Great Gildersleeve is brought to you by the Kraft Foods Company, makers of a complete line of famous quality food products. And here's great news about Parquet margarine, that wonderful tasting margarine made by Kraft. Where state laws permit, you can now buy yellow Parquet, already colored and ready to serve, in a new foil wrap and at a new low price. That's right. Each quarter pound in the new Parquet package is now individually wrapped in new Flavor Saver aluminum foil to seal freshness and flavor in, keep staleness and odor out. Now, the margarine that tastes so good because it's always fresh is actually fresher, better tasting than ever. And listen to this. Since the repeal of the federal tax on colored margarine, grocers now sell yellow Parquet at a new low price, lowest in history. If you live where yellow margarine is sold, get Parquet tomorrow in its new Flavor Saver foil at its new low cost. Elsewhere, get Parquet in the handy Color Quick bag or regular package. Get Parkay, Parquet margarine made by Kraft. Well, it's been pretty quiet around the Great Gildersleeve's house this summer. The water commissioner has been away on a long vacation. But today, the household returned to life. Bertie, the housekeeper, swept off the welcome mat and put the leaf back in the dining room table.
Yes, sir. I'm sure glad he's coming back. This family without Miss Gildersleeve is like a hot dog with no mustard.
Hey, Bertie, look.
Good heavens, Leroy. What happened to your hair?
I got a haircut. Surprise for Uncle Mort. Keen, huh?
You got no hair left.
Yeah, it's a butch.
Butch? With that sunburned neck and that white dome, you look like old Baldy.
Yeah. Anybody heard from Uncle Mort?
No, but he's going to be here any minute. Now, you go get cleaned up and help straighten up the house. We want things looking nice around here when your uncle comes.
Well, holy cow, where's Marge? Why doesn't she do something?
You don't need to worry about your sister. Miss Marjorie and Mr. Bronco's got their little apartment upstairs as neat as a pin. Mr. Bronco even cleaned out the basement.
Hey, what's been going on with Marge and Bronco today?
What do you mean?
Well, they've been acting kind of funny. I heard a big racket upstairs this morning, and all day Bronco's been going around wearing dark glasses.
What's wrong with a man wearing dark glasses?
In the basement?
Don't matter to me what Mr. Bronco wears. What makes you so nosy, Leroy? You're the nosiest boy.
Well, there's something going on.
Oh, Bertie.
Yes, Miss Marjorie?
Do we have any steak in the icebox?
Steak? You want to cook it?
No, I need it upstairs.
What you gonna do with steak upstairs?
It's none of your business.
You see, Bertie, I told you there was something.
Leroy, you hush. There's a steak in the icebox for dinner, Miss Marjorie. You can take some of that.
Well, thanks, Bertie. And I need some adhesive tape.
Steak and adhesive tape? What you gonna do, put the cow back together?
Here's the tape.
Thanks, Bertie.
What's she gonna do with that stuff?
Leroy, stop being so nosy.
Well, gee whiz.
Somebody's at the front door.
Hey, it's Uncle Mort.
Oh,
it's Uncle Mort.
Hello, everybody. Leroy, Marjorie, Bronco, Bertie, I'm home.
Oh, hello.
Hiya.
Well, Leroy, little Leroy.
Oh, boy, I'm told.
Sure. Oh, don't squeeze too hard. You'll crush my cigars. Well, Bertie.
Welcome home, Mr. Gildersleeve.
Thank you, Bertie. By George, it's good to be home. Back with the little family again.
I'm sure glad to see you, Unc.
You are? Oh, what a lovable boy.
What'd you bring me?
Great. Well, I may have a little package in my valise with your name on it.
Oh, boy, you're the best uncle a kid ever had.
Sure.
My, you sure look fine, Mr. Gildersleeve.
Yes, I'm a new man, Bertie.
Where'd you stay, Unc?
Aspinola Hot Springs. Sulfur water, real mud baths.
That must have been high-powered mud. You even look different.
Well, the rest did your old uncle a lot of good, my boy. Say, where's Marjorie and Bronco?
Oh, Unky.
Hello, Marjorie. Little Marjorie.
Oh, Uncle Mort, we've missed you so.
Have you really? Well, I've missed you, too. All of you.
But, Unky, what have you done to yourself? Well, you look different.
He's been in the mud.
Aspinola Hot Springs, my dear. I feel as frisky as a colt. Well, that reminds me. Where's Bronco?
Bronco?
Yes, Bronco. Remember the man you married?
Oh, Bronco. Well, he's upstairs.
Well, tell him to come down. This is a family reunion, and he's part of the family. Bronco!
Well, you see, Unky.
Bronco!
Oh, are you home, Mr. Gildersleeve?
Am I home?
Coming right down, Mr. Gildersleeve.
Why is he wearing those dark glasses? Feeling his way down the stairs.
Well, the sun is pretty bright, Unky.
Sun? There's no sun in here.
He's cuckoo.
Leroy, you hush up.
Welcome home. Glad to see you, Mr. Gildersleeve.
Bronco, you're shaking hands with Bertie.
You're over here, Mr. Gildersleeve.
Bronco, take off those dark glasses.
Yes, sir.
Holy smoke.
Oh, brother, what a black eye. Bronco, what happened?
What happened?
Who hit you?
Well, I'll tell you, Mr. Gildersleeve.
Well, I can explain it, Unky. Bronco was lifting a suitcase down from the shelf in our closet and...
Now, wait a minute. You don't have a shelf in your closet.
We don't?
It's as plain as the nose on your face. Old Marge slugged him.
Well, you see, Mr. Gildersleeve, I was
He was getting a suitcase down from the shelf in the garage and...
The garage has been locked all the time I was away. And I had the key.
Oh. Well...
Gee, isn't this keen?
Leroy, you stop.
By George, somebody in this family is trying to hide something.
Yeah.
What in the world have you people been doing while I was gone?
Well, it's like this, Mr. Gildersleeve. I started to go down the stairs, see, and
You weren't going down the stairs.
But, Marge...
Now, wait. Whose black eye is this?
Well, Mr. Gildersleeve, it was like this.
No, it wasn't that way, Unky.
Oh, for goodness sake. I turned my back for a second to take a month's vacation, and the family falls apart. Bronco, come into my study. I want to have a little talk with you.
Me too?
No.
Okay.
Now, sit down, Bronco, and let's...
Oh, thanks, Mr. Gildersleeve. I'll bet you had a swell time on your vacation.
Oh, yes. Now, Bronco, there's something going on.
It sure is fine to have you back, Mr. Gildersleeve.
Thank you, Bronco. Now, if you and Marjorie...
It did you a lot of good, Mr. Gildersleeve. You're the picture of health.
Now, wait.
A man needs a vacation, Mr. Gildersleeve. And you took one.
Oh. Bronco, look me in the eye. With the one that's open.
Yes, sir?
Now, what happened?
Mr. Gildersleeve, a fella should always tell the truth. Isn't that right?
Certainly.
And if a fella can't tell the truth, he shouldn't tell anything. Don't you agree, Mr. Gildersleeve?
Yeah, of course.
In the case of this black eye, I can't tell you the truth. My lips are sealed.
Who said so?
Marjorie.
Marjorie?
My wife.
Oh, yes.
Mr. Gildersleeve, someday when you get married, you'll understand.
Bronco, stop talking like my grandfather. You're just a boy. Just a youngster.
Yes, Mr. Gildersleeve, but I've lived.
Yes, I can see that. Well, it doesn't matter to me, Bronco. I don't care what you and Marjorie do. Go your own way. I have too many other things to think about. We'll simply forget the whole thing.
Yes, sir.
Don't bring your troubles to me. Not even interested.
Yes, sir.
Now, I'm very busy, Bronco. Nothing else you want to talk to me about? You'd better run along.
Thanks, Mr. Gildersleeve. I'll see you later.
Ooh, what a boy. I wonder if he and Marjorie are having problems. They say the first year's the hardest. Still, Marjorie couldn't have hit him hard enough to give him that black eye. I don't know, though. You can't tell about women. They can be dangerous. I think I'll slip upstairs and talk to Marjorie. Oh, what a mess. By George, I got back from that vacation just in time. Marjorie, it's me.
Oh, what is it, Unky?
I'd like to talk to you. May I come in?
Well, certainly. The door isn't locked.
Well, your little apartment is very attractive.
Well, thank you, Unky.
Yes, indeed. Well, I haven't seen you in quite a while, my dear. Everything going all right, is it?
Oh, just fine, Unky.
You and Bronco are happy, are you?
Oh, yes, very happy.
Well, good. Glad to hear it. Yes, indeed. It's none of my business, but about Bronco. Has he been boxing lately?
No, not that I know of.
Well, not prying into your personal affairs, my dear. It's just that, well, it's nothing important. Certainly doesn't matter to me. Not in the least.
Poor Unky, you're dying of curiosity.
Me? Curious? Oh, Marjorie.
Uncle Mort, can you keep a secret?
Why, certainly. What kind of a secret?
You won't tell a soul?
Of course not.
All right. I'll tell you how Bronco got his black eye.
Well?
Well, this morning he started to run downstairs to tell Bertie and Leroy something, and I caught him by the shirt. Poor Bronco, he tripped and bumped his nose against the banister.
Oh, is that all that happened? Really?
That's all.
But what was you going to tell Bertie and Leroy that made you grab him by the shirt?
Well, that we're going to have a baby.
Oh, isn't that silly? You're going to have a what?
A baby.
A baby? A real baby? You?
Oh, Bronco was so excited he was going to run out and tell everybody.
Oh, Marjorie. My little Marjorie. I can't believe it.
Well, it's true, Unky.
A baby. You'll be a mother.
Well, you mustn't tell anybody. Not anybody for a while.
And nobody else knows about it?
Just you and I and Bronco. And the doctor.
Of course I won't tell anybody. We're going to have a baby. Our own baby. Oh, just think of it.
Isn't it wonderful, Unky?
Oh, Marjorie. Our own baby. All these years I've been a mother to you. Now I'll be a grandmother.
The great Gildersleeve will return in just a moment. It's fresh.
Fresh.
Really fresh.
Fresh.
Always fresh.
Fresh.
That's why it tastes so good. It's Parquet margarine made by Kraft. And it's fresh. Really fresh. Blended fresh from top-grade products of American farms. Parquet is rushed fresh by truck to your store, sold fresh by your grocer. Every pound of Parquet is flavor dated, and grocer stocks are regularly checked by Kraft representatives. That's why Kraft can positively guarantee that the Parquet margarine you buy will be fresh, really fresh. And that's why it tastes so good. If you live where colored margarine is sold, get yellow Parquet in its new Flavor Saver foil at its new low price. Elsewhere, get Parquet in the handy Color Quick bag or regular package. In any package at any store, you'll be getting the margarine that tastes so good because it's fresh.
Really fresh.
That's Parkay, Parquet margarine made by Kraft. Gildersleeve came home from his vacation and ran smack into a beautiful secret.
Oh, little Marjorie, expecting a baby. I never anticipated that she was anticipating. Oh, it's nice of her to trust her old uncle with the secret. And she was so cute about it, too.
Now remember, Unky, you mustn't tell anybody, not anybody. Don't breathe it to a soul.
Don't breathe it to a soul. Wonder how I can tell Peavy without breathing. Well, I can keep a secret. You can tell the water commissioner something without it leaking out. Hello, Peavy.
Hello, Mr. Gildersleeve. Vacation must have agreed with you. You're looking good.
I feel good, Peavy. In fact, I'm a new man.
You don't say.
Yeah, my head's in the clouds, Peavy.
So I see.
Peavy, wouldn't you like to know why I'm walking on air? Aren't you curious?
Well...
Not that I'm going to tell you. After all, this is strictly a family affair. Just concerns Marjorie and Bronco. And me. And the fourth party, who for the time being shall be nameless.
Oh, well, in that case...
Now, Peavy, don't try to pry. You can't get out of me.
Mr. Gildersleeve, I'm not...
You're pretty sly, Peavy. But I'm not talking. When I give somebody my word, I don't talk. My lips are sealed.
There's a leak somewhere.
But I'll tell you what I can do, since you're so interested. I can give you a hint.
No, I don't think you should do that, Mr. Gildersleeve.
Now, Peavy, whose secret is this?
How many people have you met since you heard it?
Peavy, you're a fellow jolly boy, so I'll give you one guess about what's going on in our little family. What do you think of when you look up there on your shelves at all that baby oil?
It's greasy.
Oh.
But I make 6 cents a bottle on it. That's pretty slick.
Sure. Peavy, you're not even interested in my secret. I'm getting out of here.
Very well. But, by the way, Mr. Gildersleeve, are you going to see Marjorie?
Marjorie? A little later, yes.
Well, will you be kind enough to give her this little prescription?
A prescription? What's in it?
Well, it's a pharmacist's secret.
Oh?
For expectant mothers.
Oh, my goodness. Now, Peavy, don't go jumping at conclusions. This prescription might not mean a thing. Marjorie could be ordering this medicine for me.
Well, no, I wouldn't say that.
Neither would I. Little Marjorie with a baby. By George, this is certainly going to be a hard secret to keep. But I'm not going to tell anybody. Think I'll stop in and see Judge Hooker. Haven't seen old Horace since my vacation.
Whereas the writ of habeas corpus was obtained by the party of the first part.
Lawyers. Look at him, making a speech to the wastebasket.
Therefore, gentlemen of the jury, my appeal to you is...
Judge!
Well, Gildy.
Judge, what are you doing?
I'm practicing my rebuttal.
Just like an old goat, always thinking about his rebuttal.
Now, Gildy, when did you return from your vacation?
Just got in, Horace. Did you miss the old water commissioner?
No.
What?
In fact, while you were away, the city water tasted much better.
All right, Judge. All right. You can't say anything that'll offend me today. I feel too good. Judge?
Yes, Gildy?
You're a fine old friend of the family.
Thank you.
Marjorie and Leroy's godfather and all.
Very true.
Old friend, I have a very confidential secret.
Oh?
That I can't tell you.
Oh, balderdash. Well, I have a secret, too, Gildy. Guess what I have in this box?
Judge, aren't you curious about my secret?
Take a look at the box, Gildy.
Get your nose out of that box, Horace, and listen to me. This is important.
My box is important, too.
Not as important as my news.
Look, Gildy. A football helmet.
A lawyer with a football helmet. Judge, guess what I found out when I came home?
But, Gildy, don't you want to know who it's for?
Ooh, all right, tell me who it's for, and then listen to my secret.
It's for Marjorie's and Bronco's baby.
Well, fine. I'll let you in on some... Marjorie and Bronco's baby.
Of course. You knew, didn't you?
Me? Why, of course. Certainly. I've known all along.
Why, naturally. Now then, what's your secret?
Secret? Don't get nosy, Judge. I don't go around telling secrets. I wonder how the old judge found out. Oh, half half the fun is taken out of this thing for me. Not being able to tell somebody who doesn't already know, receiving congratulations. Say, there's Floyd standing in the door of his barber shop. Don't need a haircut, but I'm going to tell somebody. Hello, Floyd.
Hiya, Grandpa.
Floyd! How did you know?
Don't kid yourself, Commish. I got more grapevines out than you got water mains. Come on in and get a haircut.
Well, I might get a light trim.
Boy. I'll just prune the bushes in the back. Now raise up your bottom chin so I can get the sheet around you. Boy.
Yes, Floyd, we're expecting a blessed event. This is the most wonderful thing that ever happened to me.
What's so wonderful about it?
What?
Well, don't get me wrong. I'm glad to see the kids expecting. But I hate to see this happen to you.
Floyd, what are you getting at?
Well, don't you get the picture, Commish? It ain't been no time since you were a gay, dashing blade. But what are you now?
Now?
You're a grandfather.
Well, what's wrong with that?
Well, you just been pushed back a generation. Old rocking chair's got you, Gramps.
Now, Floyd, just because Marjorie's having a baby doesn't make me any older.
Yeah? What about that pretty little nurse you used to squire around?
What do you mean, used to squire?
Well, is she going to want to be seen dating a grandfather?
Watch it, Floyd.
When you become a Grandpa, you might as well face it. Your courting days are over. You've been turned out to pasture.
Oh, Floyd, I won't really be a grandfather. After all, Marjorie isn't my real daughter. She's just my niece. I haven't even been married yet.
That's worse. Commish, you've been tossed out of the ball game before you come to bat.
Let me out of here. Where's my cane? I mean my hat.
Who's that?
It's me, Bertie.
Oh, I didn't think it was you walking so slow, Mr. Gildersleeve.
Yeah, I had a hard day, Bertie.
Yes, sir. But if you knew what I just heard is going to happen around this house, you'd be kicking up your heels.
What's this, Bertie?
Mr. Gildersleeve, you're going to be a grandfather.
No.
Yes, you are. You got every reason to be kicking up your heels. You're going to be a grandfather.
Now, Bertie.
Let's see you kick up them heels. You got every reason to.
Now, wait a minute,
Mr.
Bertie.
Gildersleeve, you know why you got every reason to kick up your heels?
Bertie?
That's right. You're going to be a grandfather.
My George, I'm going to put a stop to this. Bertie, come back here.
Yes, sir?
Bertie, now sit down. I want to have a talk with you.
Yes, sir.
You've got this all wrong. I'm not going to be a grandfather.
You ain't. But Miss Marjorie...
I know that. But I'm only Marjorie's uncle. If she has a baby, that doesn't make me a grandfather. Well, does it, Bertie?
No, sir. But you always been like a father to her.
Well, that may be.
She's been just like a daughter to you.
Yeah, yes, she has. But I'm not a grandfather. You understand that, Bertie?
Yes.
I want everybody in town to understand it. Mr. Peavy, the judge, all of them. I'm not a grandfather.
Yes, sir. Of course, if you don't want to be one, that's up to you. But all little babies need a grandfather.
Do?
Miss Marjorie ain't got no father to be the grandfather.
Well, no, she hasn't.
And that baby's going to need a grandfather. Babies need grandfathers to kitchy-coom and bounce them on their knees.
Well, I do have a way with babies.
Of course, if you want to pass up one of life's big rewards.
Rewards?
Yes, sir. When a man has fine children and grandchildren around him, that's life's big reward.
Well,
Besides, Mr. Gildersleeve, you're getting all of this when you're so young.
Young? Well, yes, but Bertie, nobody thinks of a grandfather as being young.
Yes, they do. Look at Miss Marlene Dietrich. She's a grandmother. What do you think of her?
Nice.
Of course, you ain't got legs like Miss Dietrich, but you don't need them.
Now, Bertie.
She's a grandma, but she don't look it. She's still lovely.
Well, so am I. Bertie, it's going to be a good life.
Yes, sir.
Hey, Bertie, is dinner ready?
Oh,
Hello, my boy. Sit down, Leroy. I want to let you in a little secret.
Yeah? What is it?
I'm going to be a grandfather.
Are you kidding?
No, I'm not. Marjorie's going to have a baby.
She is?
Leroy, what's the matter?
I'm too young to be an uncle.
I'm too young to be a grandfather, but that's life, my boy. That's life.
The Great Gildersleeve will be right back. Remember, in states where the law permits, you can now get yellow parquet margarine already colored, ready to serve in the new aluminum foil Flavor Saver wrap and at a new low price. Elsewhere, get parquet in the Color Quick bag or regular package. In any package, it's the margarine that tastes so good because it's always fresh. Parkay, parquet margarine made by Kraft.
Is that you in the swing?
What? Oh, yes. Come on out, my boy.
What you doing?
Oh, just sitting here, looking at the stars, thinking.
Move over.
Yeah.
Unc, why don't you and me go to Canada?
Canada? What for?
Oh, who wants to stay around here with a darned old baby?
No, my boy, don't feel that way. Be a long time yet. Besides, this is going to make everybody very happy.
It isn't going to make me happy.
Oh, you wait and see. It'll probably be a boy.
I like it the way it is right now, with just us. When the darn old baby comes, it'll all be different. It'll be baby, baby, baby. Holy cow, all you hear is baby now, and he isn't even here yet.
Well, I'll tell you, my boy, you'll feel different when the little fellow gets here. There's something about a baby that's pretty wonderful.
Huh.
Oh, there is. Wait till Marjorie lets you hold him for the first time.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll show you how you do it. Yeah, I'll roll my coat up. You see? Now, this is the baby. You sort of cradle him in your arms like this. Such a little fellow. New to the world. And his bright little eyes look up at you. So wide and wondering. His little feet kick the blanket away. There's his toes. 10 of them. Then one of his little hands comes up and kind of touches your cheek. And he smiles.
Let me hold him, Unc.
The Great Gildersleeve is played by Willard Waterman. The show is written by Paul West, John Elliott, and Andy White, with music by Robert Armbruster. Included in the cast are Walter Tetley, Mary Lee Robb, Dick Trenna, Lillian Randolph, Earl Ross, Dick LeGrand, and Arthur Q. Bryan. This is John Heaston saying goodnight for the Kraft Foods Company, makers of the famous line of Kraft quality food products. Be sure to listen in next Wednesday and every Wednesday for the further adventures of the Great Gildersleeve.
Want to taste something good? Well, next time you make a cold meat sandwich, don't forget to add a little Kraft prepared mustard. For when you add a little mustard, you add a lot of tang. Every bite tastes better. Now you can get 2 kinds of Kraft mustard. Salad mustard, delicately spiced for those who prefer a milder flavor, and Kraft mustard with snappy horseradish added. Get both kinds. Then with every meat dish, hot or cold, just add a little mustard, and you'll add a lot of tang. Kraft's prepared mustard.
Next week, be sure to hear the Ronald Colmans and the Halls of Ivy on NBC.
The Kraft Foods Company presents Willard Waterman as the Great Gildersleeve. The Great Gildersleeve is brought to you each week by the Kraft Foods Company. Famous over the years for the finest in cheese, Kraft now brings you the finest in cheese slices. They're Kraft Deluxe Slices, extra delicious pasteurized processed cheese in perfect slices. No slivers, no dried edges, no broken pieces, but really perfect slices, wrapped and sealed right in the spick and span Kraft plant. Look for Kraft Deluxe Slices in neat half-pound packages. 8 big slices of delicious processed cheese to the package. You'll find them in your grocer's dairy case. Convenient, delicious Kraft Deluxe Slices. Well, in about 3 weeks, there should be a new arrival in the Great Gildersleeve's house. Marjorie and Bronco are going to be Mama and Papa. And is our water commissioner proud? Right now, he's looking in the window of the Summerfield baby shop.
Let's see what they have. Well, that playpen would be nice for the baby. You wonder what the price is. Why do they always turn the price tags upside down?
Hello, Gildy.
Well, Judge Hooker.
What are you trying to do, Gildy? Climb in that pen and play?
Certainly not, Judge. I'm looking for ideas for Marjorie's baby.
Oh, of course. Isn't this an attractive window? Look there. Pink booties. I had pink booties when I was a baby.
An old goat with pink booties.
What do you plan to buy for the baby, Gildy?
Well, I don't know, but I'll have to go easy. I have so many other expenses.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, I was trying to see the price tag on this playpen, but I can't do it without standing on my head.
If you stand on your head out here, I'll buy it for you.
Very funny.
Oh, look. This little bonnet is cute, Gildy. Tied under the chin, it would look fetching on any baby.
Well, everything in there is cute, Judge. I'd like to buy Marjorie the playpen, and that woolly blanket, and that bottle warmer.
Say, an electric bottle warmer. I could use that to heat up my oxtail broth.
Oh, my goodness.
Before retiring, I always have a warm cup of oxtail broth with my rye crisp. It's good for the figure.
Yes. Judge, look at those Peter Rabbit pajamas. Cute. I'd like to buy those, too.
Gildy, you amuse me.
Yes,
You stopped by to get an idea for a gift, and now it's practically turned into a shower.
Well, I guess I can't afford all these things. Say, come to think of it, why don't I give Marjorie a baby shower?
You?
Certainly. I'll invite you, Peavy, and the rest of my friends.
Gildy, you can't give Marjorie a shower. You're the head of the family.
What's wrong with that?
It isn't socially correct. That shower should be given by someone in Marjorie's crowd.
Judge, she's been given some of those, and frankly, there wasn't much loot.
Oh?
This time I want to get into a higher bracket.
I still maintain that a shower should be given by one of Marjorie's girlfriends.
Say, why can't it be given by one of my girlfriends?
What?
That's it, Horace, and it won't be a shower, it'll be a cloudburst. Nobody's going to say Throckmorton P. Gildersleeve does the wrong thing socially. Yeah, I wouldn't give Marjorie a baby shower. Since I'm her uncle, it'd look too mercenary. Yeah, I'll just talk Catherine into giving the shower. Of course, I want it to be her idea. I'll have to be diplomatic. Yeah, that comes easy to me.
Oh, Throckmorton.
Hello, Catherine. May I come in?
You may for a few minutes.
Well, you're wearing your pretty nurse's uniform.
Thank you.
Nice.
Thank you. I'm due at the hospital soon.
Well, I'll only take a minute.
What's on your mind?
My mind? What makes you think there's something on my mind?
Well, you're usually at the office this time of day.
Yeah, I know. With Marjorie's baby coming next month, I have to give some time and thought to the little family.
Oh, of course. How is Marjorie?
Yeah, she's fine. Now then, I just had a discussion with Judge Hooker about baby showers.
Oh?
It seems there's a big man in town who wants to give Marjorie a shower. If the judge agrees with me that it wouldn't be proper.
Why not?
Well, in the first place, it should be given by a girl. Somebody close to the family.
Uh-huh.
A girlfriend of Marjorie's, you know. Or it could be a girlfriend of mine.
I see. Throckmorton, do you think I'm close enough to the family?
Well, you're close to what I had in mind. That's a wonderful idea, Captain. So thoughtful of you.
Well, I've often considered it, but since Marjorie has her own circle of friends, I didn't want to be pushy.
Yeah, I understand. You're just like me. I hate to be pushy.
Uh-huh. Now, let's see. I could arrange it for this Saturday night, if that isn't too soon.
No, that'll be fine.
Of course, we're awfully busy at the hospital.
Well, I'll be glad to take care of all the details for you, Catherine.
Will you?
Sure. We'll invite the Peavies, Judge Hooker, and Rumson Bullard. He's rich and likes to give nice presents.
Rumson phoned me today.
Yeah, you did?
He's awfully nice.
That Bullard trying to steal my girl.
He wanted me to go dancing.
That settles it. He won't be invited, present or no present.
But I told him I had to work at the hospital.
Good. Fine little hospital.
I'd better go there right now, Throckmorton. It's nice of you to help me with the shower.
Well, glad to do it, Catherine. Just leave everything to me. I'll get Bird to help with the refreshments. All you have to do is meet the guests at the door.
Wonderful. And Throckmorton.
Yes?
Wouldn't it be a nice gesture to invite that big man who wanted to give Marjorie the shower?
Oh, yes. Good idea. I wonder if she saw through me. Yeah, I'll just slip back to the kitchen and have a talk with Bertie. The shower has to be a surprise for Marjorie. Oop. Is that Bullard in his Cadillac honking at me?
Hi, Unc. Want to go for a spin?
Leroy! What's he doing at the wheel of Bullard's car?
Hello, Mr. Gildersleeve.
Yeah, he's sitting with Bullard's little niece. Hello, Brenda. Leroy, you shouldn't be in Mr. Bullard's car.
Why not? I'm a good driver. I just drove all the way from Niagara Falls.
Niagara Falls?
We've been honeymooning.
Oh, just pretending, huh, kids? Aren't you, Leroy?
Yeah.
How do you like my bridal veil, Mr. Gildersleeve?
Yeah, pretty. Idaho potato sack.
And look at my bridegroom.
Oh, yes, with a stalk of celery in his buttonhole.
Isn't Leroy handsome?
Yes. Well, have fun. Just cut the honeymoon when I call you for dinner, Leroy.
Okay, Unc.
Well, here comes Bertie from the store.
Yeah, we offered to drive her to Kansas City for some steaks, but she only wanted stew meat, so I let her walk.
What a boy.
Evening, Miss Gildersleeve.
Hello, Bertie. Before you go in the house, I'd like to discuss a little something.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I don't want Margie to know about this, but I'm planning a baby shower for her.
A shower for Miss Marjorie? Ain't that nice?
Yeah, it's going to be quite a party.
Hey, Unc, when are we having it?
Now, Leroy, it doesn't concern you.
No.
We're having it at Miss Milford's, Bertie, and I'd like you...
If it's for Marge and the baby, why can't Brenda and I come?
Oh, I'd love to.
Now, children, this is for grown-ups.
Why, heck, I'm going to be an uncle, and uncles are grown up.
Not necessarily, my boy.
Bertie, don't you think Brenda and I should come to Marge's shower?
Leroy, don't you get me into this. Bertie's neutral.
Leroy, there won't be any children there.
Who's a child?
Oh, my goodness.
We're not wanted, Leroy. Come on, let's drive to Chicago, Illinois.
Oh, I don't want to pretend anymore.
Why not, Leroy?
That's kid stuff. And I'm an uncle.
Oh, what a problem child. Yeah, I mean problem uncle. Well, what a busy little mother to be. What are you knitting this evening, Marjorie?
These are booties, Unky.
Oh? Nice. But I wouldn't work too hard, my dear. Somebody might give you things like that.
Oh, good. Say, what was wrong with Leroy tonight?
Leroy?
He hardly touched his dinner.
He was a little moody, wasn't he?
And then he rushed across the street to Brenda's. He wouldn't tell me what was bothering him.
Well, it's a secret.
Oh, a secret? Well, tell me, Unky.
No, Marjorie.
Well, you know you can't keep secrets from me. Tell me.
Yeah, I think I'll run across the street and see what I can do to cheer up Leroy.
Unky, what's this all about?
Not a thing. See you later, my dear. Ta-ta.
Unky!
Well, Leroy may be a little bit upset about the shower now. But a couple of tickets to Hopalong Cassidy will cure that. Kids change their minds every 5 minutes. Uh-oh. There's Bullard getting in his car. I don't want to mention Catherine's party to him. I'll just hide behind this lamppost until he drives off. Made it. He didn't see me. Peekaboo! Hello, Mr. Bullard.
Good evening, Gildersleeve. I didn't know if that was you or if Bertie had just set out the barrel of cans.
Well, it's me tonight. Cans tomorrow night. Yeah, I was just tying my shoe.
Oh, well, I was just leaving for the club and a game of billiards. Nothing better to do.
Good. Have you seen Leroy?
He's inside with Brenda and the housekeeper. Gildersleeve, we haven't done the town in quite a while. What about Saturday night?
Saturday night?
Yes. Why don't we go out? With your girl.
With my girl? What a neighbor. Well, Bullard.
I called Catherine today.
I know.
What a lovely voice. In fact, what a lovely woman.
Now, see here, Bullard. I'm very fond of Catherine, and she's very fond of me. Well, she is.
Gildersleeve, you may as well know that I'm very fond of her myself, so watch out.
No, wait a minute, Bullard. That isn't fair.
All is fair in love and war. And this is war.
He's a hard man to like. Right, George, he won't see Catherine tomorrow night. I wouldn't have him at that baby shower if he offered to pay the hospital bill. Well, I'd better square things with little Leroy. Leroy! Oh, Leroy!
Yeah, Unc?
Will you step out here for a minute, my boy?
Okay. Come on, Brenda.
Hello, Mr. Gildersleeve.
Hello, Brenda. Look, kiddies, I just thought of something for you to do while we were at the shower.
Yeah?
How'd you like 2 tickets to Hopalong Cassidy? And popcorn money. Leroy, don't look at me like that.
We've seen the picture. Anyway, that's kid stuff. I put my guns away.
You did, my boy?
Yeah. When a man's going to be an uncle, it sobers him. I want to do the things you do, Unc.
Now, look, kiddies, if you don't care about seeing Hopalong, why don't you give a little party of your own?
A party?
Sure. You pretended you went to Niagara Falls. You could pretend you're giving a shower for Marjorie. You could even invite some of your little friends.
That's a wonderful idea, Leroy. We can have it at my house. Uncle Rumson will buy the ice cream.
Yeah? Keen, when could we have it?
Well, how about tomorrow night?
Oh, Mr. Gildersleeve, that's a dreamy idea. Thanks for suggesting it.
Not at all. Glad to help. Yo, Brenda, one more suggestion.
What is it, Mr. Gildersleeve?
Why don't you get your Uncle Rumson to chaperone your shower? I happen to know he isn't doing anything tomorrow night.
You think he would, Brenda?
Oh, he'll do anything for me. Come on, Leroy, let's get out the invitation.
Yeah, that's the idea. Gildersleeve, you're clever.
The great Gildersleeve will be back in just a moment. Now you can enjoy the most delicious pasteurized processed cheese you ever tasted. And you can enjoy it in perfect slices. They're Kraft Deluxe slices, and you'll find 8 big sandwich-sized slices in each neat half-pound package. These wonderful Kraft Deluxe slices are different from any sliced cheese you ever had before, because Kraft slices are made a completely new way. Instead of being cut from a loaf, Kraft Deluxe slices are actually formed by an exclusive new Kraft invention that captures every single bit of the fine, delicious processed cheese flavor in every perfect slice. Then, so they'll come to you clean and sanitary and perfect, with no slivers or dried edges, Kraft Deluxe slices are wrapped right in the spick-and-span Kraft plant. And they're wrapped in such convenient, neat packages. You can keep several kinds of Kraft Deluxe slices in your refrigerator because those neat packages take up so little room. So tomorrow, look for them in your grocer's dairy case. Those perfect slices of extra delicious processed cheese, Kraft Deluxe slices. Let's get back to the great Gildersleeve. At times, the water commissioner amazes himself at the slick way he maneuvers things. When Leroy and little Brenda wanted to attend the shower he's arranging for Marjorie, was the great man stymied? No, sir. He cleverly suggested they give a party themselves. Now it's the following morning, and the great man is heading downtown.
Gildersleeve, you have a great talent for keeping everybody happy. Yeah, I guess it isn't socially correct to give a shower on such short notice. What the heck? My friends won't care. I'll start with good old Peavy. Yeah, I wonder if I should have asked him last night. No, there's plenty of time. Hello, Peavy.
Hello, Mr. Gildersleeve. What can I do for you today?
Nothing, Peavy. I'm the one who's doing things for people today.
You don't say.
You bet.
Well, would you care to pay this soda check Leroy left?
Leroy's soda check?
He was in with little Brenda, and they left in a big hurry.
Yeah, well, he's excited, Peavy.
You'll be excited, too, when you see the bill.
Oh?
They split a banana split, ate 2 jumbo heavens in 4 minutes flat.
Oh, my goodness.
That's a local record. $1.
Oh, well, you put it on my bill.
Very well. From Leroy to you to the ledger. That's fast in the book.
Yeah, very good, Peavy.
Seems Leroy's having a little party this evening.
Yeah, great change has come over Leroy. He's going to be an uncle, so he thinks he's grown up. Tonight, he and Brenda are pretending they're giving a shower for Marjorie.
Yes, so?
Yeah, kids love to pretend. By the way, Peavy, Miss Milford is giving a real shower for Marjorie this evening. I'm making the arrangements. And you and Mrs. Peavy are invited.
Well, I'm afraid we can't make it this evening, Mr. Gildersleeve.
You can't? We were counting on you.
So is Leroy.
Oop. Leroy invited you? Peavy, why didn't you tell me?
You didn't ask me.
You don't want to go to that party? They're just pretending.
Well, they ordered 5 gallons of ice cream, and that's the kind of pretending I like.
5 gallons. You must be having all the kids in town. Yeah, all right, Peavy. Put the ice cream on my bill.
I won't have to. Mr. Bullard already paid for it.
Bullard?
Cash.
Greetings, gentlemen.
Well, here comes the judge.
Peavy, don't try to change the subject. You have to come to my party.
What's this about a party, Gilder?
Leroy invited Peavy to a party, and he's going.
So am I.
You too, Judge?
And I may wear my little Lord Fauntleroy suit.
Judge, Catherine and I are giving a shower tonight, and we want you to come.
I'm sorry, Gildy. I can't disappoint Leroy. You should have issued your invitation earlier.
Leroy wrote his.
He brought it around last night.
Yeah, but look, fellows.
Peavy, I understand Rumson Bullard is providing prizes for everyone.
I'm here to tell you, he nearly bought out the store.
I hope we play games. I'm good at pinning the tail on the donkey.
Yofer. Peavy, Judge, it's nice of you to want to humor Leroy, but you'll have more fun at my party. We're going to have hats and favors, and we're going to play Monopoly. It's lots of fun. Besides, there'll be nobody at Bullard's but kids.
Well, I wouldn't say that.
Oh, all right, go to his party. There'll be plenty of people coming to mine. I wonder who will come. Yes. Well, that's all right, Floyd. Yeah, sure. Have a good time at Leroy's party. See you around. Goodbye. Nobody else to ask. That Leroy shanghaied all my guests. Well, guess I had it coming. The only people at Catherine's party will be Catherine and me.
Hi, Unc.
Hello, Leroy.
Boy, am I bushed.
Yo, what have you been doing?
I've been getting hats and favors, and I've been talking to the caterer.
Caterer?
Sure. Mr. Bullard said go the limit. When you get a caterer, that's as far as you can go.
Oh, brother. Leroy, didn't you know I was arranging Catherine's shower for tonight?
Heck no. I knew you had one cooking, but you didn't say when.
Well, it's tonight.
Yeah? Mr. Peavy, Judge Hooker, Mr. Munson, and even the mayor's coming to my party.
Yeah, I know.
Who's coming to yours?
Well, there'll be... Now, see here, young man, it's not polite to ask.
Okay. Hey, I think I'll get Chief Gates to park cars tonight.
Wish I'd thought of Chief Gates.
Unky, is that you down there?
Yes, my dear. Good thing I didn't mention the shower to Marjorie.
Oh, Unky, did Leroy tell you?
Yes, tell me what?
He and Brenda are giving me a shower tonight.
They are? Well.
Isn't it sweet? Just think, it was all Leroy's idea.
Yes. I lost my guess, and now I'm losing credit for the idea.
I have to go press the dress, Unky. Bye now.
Ta-ta, my dear. Well, there goes the guest of honor. I'll just have to call Catherine and admit that I bungled it. Gildersleeve, you moved too slow. Yeah, perhaps it's a good thing I did. If I'd engaged a caterer like Leroy, I would be in trouble.
Hello?
Hello, Catherine. This is Throckmorton.
Oh, hello, Throckmorton.
About the shower. I'm afraid we have to change our plans a little.
Yes, I know. It was very clever of you to move the shower over to Rumson's.
Well, I thought what's that?
Leroy told me. He seems to have completely taken over for you, Throckmorton.
Well, yes, he has.
I think Rumson's home is a much better place to have the shower. He has so much room.
But, Catherine...
You worked it out beautifully, Throckmorton.
Thank you, but...
I have to make a quick trip to the hospital, and I won't be off until 8, so I'll meet you at the shower.
But...
Goodbye.
But... You're right. How can I meet her at the shower? I'm not even invited. I thought of the idea. Now everybody's going except me. How did this happen?
Mr. Gildersleeve, everybody else is getting dressed. Ain't you going to the shower?
No, Bertie.
Well, what about that nice present you bought for Miss Marjorie?
Well, I'll just leave it on her pillow.
Yes, sir. Mr. Gildersleeve, Leroy'd be glad to invite you to his shower if he knew you wasn't having one.
Bertie, when a grown man has botched the works, it's hard to admit it to a little boy.
Leroy's no little boy, Mr. Gildersleeve. Don't you remember? He's gone adult. Imagine him giving a baby a shower.
Yeah, and I'd like to be there. But I can't ask Leroy to invite me. After all, I didn't invite him.
No, sir.
Guess I could get in, though, if I went as a caterer. No, I wouldn't trust myself carrying pies around. I might push one right in Bullard's face.
Yes, sir. Of course, Miss Milford's going to be there.
Yeah, I know, Bertie.
And Mr. Bullard's going to be glad she is.
But, Bertie...
And Mr. Bullard's going to be glad you ain't.
Oh, my. Yeah, suppose I should go, just out of courtesy to Miss Milford.
Yes, sir.
Mr. Bullard doesn't worry me. Not for a minute.
No, sir.
Miss Milford isn't going to forget me just because I'm not there.
No, sir.
In fact, she'll probably leave the shower early if I'm not there.
Yes, sir. In that Cadillac.
She might at that. Bullard said, this is war. And if I know him, he'll start advancing tonight. I'm worried. Alf, who's trying to break down the door? Yeah, I'm coming. Bullard.
Gildersleeve, I need your help.
You do? Come in.
I haven't time. You know that party Leroy and Brenda are giving?
Yeah, do I?
Well, they ran after a movie, and I'm stuck with it.
Movie? But they were so enthusiastic about the shower.
That was before a new Hopalong Cassidy came to the hitching post.
I thought Uncle Leroy had put his guns away.
Gildersleeve, you have to help me. I don't even know who's invited to this party.
You don't?
No, they didn't even leave me a guest list.
Well, I can tell you one person who's invited.
Who?
Me.
Well, go shave and come on over.
Yeah, I'll be there in 2 shakes, Mr. Bullard. Yeah, I get to see Catherine after all. Oh, boy, oh, boy, oh, boy, oh, boy, oh, boy, oh, boy. Yeah, I better go shave and get Marjorie's present.
Hey, Unc.
Leroy.
Can I see you a minute?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, what a fine boy. He came back to invite me to his little shower.
I was on the way to the movies and I thought of something.
Yeah, I know why you came back, Leroy.
Yeah. I need 80 cents for the movies.
Oop. Well, here you are, my boy. And 20 cents for popcorn.
Thanks, Unc. Gee, I'm glad you're my uncle.
And I'm glad you're a boy again.
The Great Gildersleeve will be right back. If each member of your family has a special favorite kind of pasteurized processed cheese, here's good news. You can please them all with Kraft Deluxe Slices. These perfect slices of extra delicious pasteurized processed cheese come in 5 favorite varieties. There's wonderfully mellow Kraft American with pimentos added, nut sweet Kraft Swiss, Kraft Brick with a deep down rich taste, and sharp Old English brand. Get several so everyone can enjoy his favorite for good cheese snacks and sandwiches that are so easy to make in a jiffy. You'll find them in your grocer's dairy case, the 5 delicious varieties of Kraft Deluxe Slices.
It was a lovely shower, Unky. So many beautiful things for the baby.
Yeah, nice. Yeah, look at that Bullard. He thinks he's going to drive Catherine home.
What did you say, Uncle Mort?
Yeah, nothing, my dear, nothing.
Here's your coat, Catherine. I'll get the car.
You sneaky neighbor. Yo, Mr. Bullard.
What is it, Gildersleeve?
He just wanted to tell you. This is a fine sleeping harness you gave Marjorie for the baby.
Oh, I'm glad you liked it. Now, if you'll excuse me.
It's pretty complicated, though, Bullard. You better show me how it works, so we'll know how to put it on the baby.
Oh, all right.
Yeah, I'll put it on you, and you can tell me if I have it right.
Yeah, well, hurry up, Gildersleeve. You'll have to loosen it up to get it over my shoulders. This was made for a baby.
Yeah, I'd be able to get it. Is there. A little tight.
It's very simple. You hook these straps, and then the child can't crawl out of bed.
Yeah? Well, let's see. We'll fasten them to this chair. See if it works. There. Now, can you get up, Bullard?
No, I can't. I can't move.
Good. Give me the keys to your car. I'm taking Catherine home.
Gildersleeve!
Good night, folks.
Gildersleeve is played by Willard Waterman. The show is written by Paul West, John Elliott, and Andy White, with music by Robert Armbruster. Included in the cast are Walter Tetley, Barry Lee Robb, Lillian Randolph, Gail Gordon, Kathy Lewis, Barbara Whiting, Earl Ross, and Dick LeGrand. This is John Heaston saying goodnight for the Kraft Foods Company, makers of the famous line of Kraft quality food products. Be sure to listen in next Wednesday and every Wednesday for the further adventures of the Great Gildersleeve.
Next time you raid the icebox or sit down for a between-meal snack, don't forget to add a little Kraft prepared mustard to that cold meat you eat or that sandwich you make. For when you add a little mustard, you add a lot of tang. There are 2 kinds of Kraft mustard: salad mustard with that delicately spiced, mild flavor, and Kraft mustard with snappy horseradish added. Have both kinds on hand. Then, for extra zest in meat or cheese, just add a little mustard, and you'll add a lot of tang. Buy Kraft's Prepared Mustard.
Remember the Falcon every Sunday over the station. Check your paper for time of broadcast and listen next Sunday as the Falcon solves the case of the neighbor's nightmare.
Here comes the glamorous, unpredictable Groucho Marx on NBC.
The Kraft Foods Company presents Willard Waterman as the Great Gildersleeve. The Great Gildersleeve is brought to you each Wednesday by the Kraft Foods Company, makers of the one and only Miracle Whip salad dressing. And one and only is right, friends, because there's no other salad dressing like Miracle Whip. No other salad dressing has that distinctive flavor, that lively, teasing flavor that's peppy, yet not a bit too sharp. It's a flavor millions prefer. Enjoy it on your salads. Tomorrow, get a jar of the one and only Miracle Whip. Let's see what's doing at the Great Gildersleeve's house this morning. In the first place, there's an unmistakable note of happy anticipation in the air. Last week, the doctor said Marjorie and Bronco could expect the baby in a week. Well, it has been a week.
Right, George, this is the day. I can feel it. Gildersleeve, you'll be a grandfather before the sun sets. Yeah, I wonder if it will be a son.
Rock-a-bye, baby, in the treetop. When the wind blows, the cradle will
Bertie
rock.
feels it, too.
When the bow breaks, the cradle will fall.
Even little Leroy.
Down will come baby, cradle and all.
Oh, my goodness.
Good morning, Mr. Gildersleeve.
Good morning, Bertie.
Hi, Unc. Pretty good, huh?
Well, good and loud, Leroy. What are you trying to do? Frighten the stork away?
Ain't nobody gonna scare that bird. He's been hovering around this house too long.
Bertie and I think today's the day, Unc.
Well, I think so, too.
Yes, sir. And I'll have breakfast ready in a few minutes, Miss Gildersleeve.
Yeah, fine, Bertie, fine.
Unc, I think I ought to be big about this and stay home from school today.
What's this, Leroy?
I shouldn't think of going to school on the day my sister might go to the hospital.
Well, there isn't much you can do here, my boy. You go to school.
I wouldn't feel right about it.
Now, Leroy.
With my sister in the hospital, I couldn't do justice to that arithmetic test they're giving today.
You will try, Leroy. Force yourself.
Oh, gosh.
Well, here comes Bronco.
Good morning, Mr. Gildersleeve.
Good morning, Bronco.
Hi, Leroy.
Hiya, Pop.
Pop? Oh, yeah, Pop.
Marjorie coming down soon, is she, Bronco?
Well, she thought she'd stay in bed a while this morning, Mr. Gildersleeve.
Yeah.
Oh, she's feeling fine, you understand. Happy as a lark.
Well, good.
But she thought she'd stay in bed a while.
Yeah, I see.
You know, Mr. Gildersleeve, I think I'll stick around the house this morning.
Well, I thought I'd stay around home this morning, too. Just feel like it, somehow.
Heck, I feel like it, too, but is anybody sympathetic?
Yeah, you'll get to stay home tomorrow, Leroy. It's George Washington's birthday.
I want to stay home today, on my nephew's birthday.
No, let's not try to make a holiday out of this, Leroy.
Gosh, it may become a holiday. My nephew may grow up to be president, too.
Yeah. Why don't you let Leroy stay home today, Mr. Gildersleeve?
Well...
President Bronco Thompson, Jr.
Well, you can stay home, Leroy.
I can?
Sure. What the heck? Let's make it a holiday for the little president. How about another game of checkers, Bronco?
Thanks, Mr. Gildersleeve, but I can't seem to concentrate this morning.
Well, here comes Bertie with Marjorie's empty tray.
You two gonna stay around all morning?
Well, there's no hurry, Bertie.
Did Margie eat a good breakfast, Bertie?
I never saw her eat that. She's wondering why you two men don't go to work.
Well...
Doesn't she think we'll be needed, Bertie?
She says, how you gonna support a family if you don't go out and sell that real estate?
Well, it's a holiday.
No, sir. Tomorrow's the holiday.
Yeah, you've mixed up Bronco. President Bronco Jr. hasn't been inaugurated yet.
Yeah, I guess I will have to support him for a while. And there are a couple of deals I should be working on.
Sure. Go ahead, Bronco.
Are you going to the water department?
Well, my situation's a little different, Bronco. I don't have to call on my customers. Anytime they want water, they just turn on the tap and it comes running.
There ain't nothing going to happen today, Mr. Gildersleeve. You and Mr. Bronco are too ready for it.
Well, you can't be too sure, Bertie.
Yes, sir. When you're too ready, nothing happens.
Well, that could be, Bertie.
Yes, there ain't nothing going to happen today because you're too ready.
Maybe you're right, Bertie.
The day the car won't start and you got a flat tire is the day it's going to happen. But today you're too ready.
You're all right, Bertie.
Yes, sir. You and Mr. Bronco might as well go to work because it ain't going to happen today. You're too ready.
No, Bertie.
Mr. Gildersleeve, you know why it ain't going to happen today?
Yes,
That's
Bertie.
right. It ain't going to happen today because you're too ready.
Oh, go to work, Bronco. You're too ready. Yes, Leroy?
Hey, where's Bronco?
Well, he went out to see a prospect.
Oh, nothing happening, huh?
Not today. Everything's running too smoothly.
Gosh, won't it be terrible if I stay home from school all day and nothing happens?
Yes.
I might have to stay home from school for days.
Leroy, I doubt if your scheme is good for more than one day.
Okay. How's the garage key, Unc?
Your garage key?
I want to pump up my basketball.
Yeah, all right. Say, where are my keys?
Maybe you lost them.
Can't afford to do that. Key to the house, key to the office, the key to the car. Key to the car.
What's the matter, Unc?
Nothing, my boy. If I can't find the keys, I can't start the car.
What do you care? You're not going any place, are you?
Well, no, I don't think so. They'll show up. They've got to. Don't get excited, Leroy.
Who's excited?
Everything's running smoothly. We won't need them.
I do. I want to get the pump.
We may have to go to the hospital.
To blow up my basketball?
Leroy, don't just stand there asking questions. Help me find my keys.
Okay, gosh.
Look everywhere. Look high and low. Look up. Here, wait a minute. Here they are, under the cushion on the couch.
Yeah?
Yeah, I found them. Leroy, I found them.
What a character. I never saw a guy get so excited about blowing up a basketball.
Yeah, here are the keys, my boy. You'll find the tire pump in the back of the car.
Thanks, Unc.
Wait a minute. Leroy.
Huh?
Yeah, I think I'll go with you. It won't hurt to see if the car will start. In case I want to go downtown for a cigar. Come on. Please. Hey, Leroy, it started.
Well, hasn't it always? Since 1939?
Well, you never can tell. But everything's running smoothly. Say, the front of the car seems to be leaning a little.
Yeah?
Oop. Tire's nearly flat. Must be a slow leak. Can't drive with that. Uh-oh.
Hey, Unc, Bertie's yelling for you.
Yeah, I know, Leroy. What is it, Bertie?
Why not the motor?
Oh, my goodness. Bertie, I thought you said it wouldn't be today.
I was wrong.
But I've got a flat tire.
I was right.
Quick, Leroy, the pump.
Sure.
Oh, Judge. Judge, am I glad to see you?
You are? Thank you.
Judge, you're just in time to take us to the hospital.
Oh, Marjorie?
Yes, Judge, this is it. Go start your motor.
Oh, I'm sorry, Gildy. I don't have my car.
You don't?
No, the battery's dead. I came over to ask for a push.
Quick, Leroy, hand me the pump.
You got it.
Oh, yes, I've got it. Yes.
What can I do to help, Gildy?
Stand back, Judge. I have to pump up this tire. Yidda-dee, 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 yidda-dee.
Unc, you're turning red.
Yes, let me take it for a while, Gildy.
Yeah, I can do it, Judge. Yidda-dee.
But, Gildy, I want to do my bit.
Yidda-dee, yidda-dee.
And I'm in good shape.
Yidda-dee.
I'm long-winded.
Yidda-dee. Yeah, I'll say you are. Take over, Judge.
Oh, thank you. 1, 2,
1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2.
Holy cow, look at him go. We're ready, Mr. Gildersleeve.
He's coming, Bertie. You watch it, Leroy. I'm backing out.
Gildersleeve, wait.
Here, we're back.
The hook's still attached to the tire.
Over.
I got it,
Yeah, good boy. Stand aside, Leroy. I've got to dash to the hospital.
I am.
Yeah, what now?
Aren't you going to take Marge?
Oh, yes, Marjorie. Hurry up, Bertie. I've got a slow leak.
Friends, here's a good idea for you the next time you plan to have guests in to lunch. Make your main dish a tempting shrimp and tomato salad. And to be sure it's just as delicious as it can be, serve plenty of wonderful Miracle Whip salad dressing alongside. Because Miracle Whip has such a delightful flavor. It's lively and teasing, neither too mild nor too sharp. It's a flavor that millions of folks everywhere call just exactly right. And you know, Miracle Whip's flavor is truly distinctive because Miracle Whip is actually a different kind of salad dressing. It's made from a secret Kraft recipe that combines the qualities of grand old-fashioned boil dressing and fine mayonnaise to give you the very best of both. And besides that perfect flavor, Miracle Whip has a texture that's really wonderful. That's because Miracle Whip is blended a special Kraft way till it's smooth as satin. So, actually, it's no wonder Miracle Whip is America's favorite salad dressing, is it? No wonder at all that Miracle Whip outsells the next 20 leading brands of salad dressing combined. So, whether you're making a fancy salad for guests or a plainer salad just for the family, make it extra good with the one salad dressing millions prefer, smooth, delicious Miracle Whip. Let's get back to the great Gildersleeve. In spite of a leaky automobile tire, he got his niece, Marjorie, safely to the hospital. And he feels better now that she's in the capable hands of his girlfriend, Nurse Catherine Milford.
Is there anything I can do, Catherine?
I'm afraid it's out of your hands now, Throckmorton. Why don't you and the judge just sit here and relax, huh?
Yes, Gilda. We can sit here and look out the window. Say, there's Leroy.
Leroy? Where?
Look, he's climbing that tree.
He is?
I guess he wants to be close to the scene also.
It's too bad Leroy isn't old enough to come to the maternity ward.
Yeah. I guess I better raise the window and wave to the boy.
He sees you, Gilda.
Hey, what's going on?
Shh, Leroy, this is a quiet zone.
What is it, a boy or a girl?
You're my goodness. We don't know yet. We're waiting.
What?
Yeah, I better close the window quick.
Leroy's so cute.
This is quite an occasion for little Leroy.
Well, it is for all of us. What do those bongs mean?
Oh, Throckmorton, stop worrying. Dr. Macer is here.
Well, good.
I'll go back to Marjorie now and leave you two here in the father's room. By the way, where is the father?
Bronco? Well, I've been wondering about that, too. Bertie stayed home in case he phones.
Oh, I hope he's here in time.
How much time is there?
Not very much. You're going to be a grandfather before you know it, Throckmorton.
Just think, Gilda.
Yeah, I'm thinking, Judge.
I know how you've looked forward to this moment. After raising Marjorie from a little child, giving her in marriage, you are privileged to be present at life's greatest moment, when the nurse appears and says those beautiful words. It's a boy. Or a girl, as the case may be.
It'll be wonderful, Judge. I wouldn't miss it for the world. There's one thing, though.
What's that, Gildy?
Bronco should be here. He should hear those words first.
Yes, he should. Where could he be?
He could be any place. Guess we had him convinced the baby wouldn't be here today. I wonder if I could find him.
Well, it may not be time, Gildy. If you leave, the baby may come while you're gone.
Yeah, I know. But Marjorie wants him here. And he wants to be here. This is the big moment of both their lives.
You're right. You're absolutely right.
It could be a long while yet. I might have time to find him and get back. Don't you think, Judge?
What do you think, Gildy?
I asked you what you thought.
I don't know.
For goodness sake.
What are you going to do, Gildy?
Well, why am I stalling? Bronco has to be here. Don't leave, Judge. Stay right in this room.
Where are you going, Gildy?
I've got to find that boy.
Well, where are you going to look?
I don't know.
Gosh, I wish I'd stayed up in the tree. We may be missing something.
Leroy, we have to find Bronco. He has to be at the hospital when the baby comes.
What does he have to do, sign for it?
No, Leroy, it's the father's big moment.
Why are we stopping out here in this field?
Leroy, this isn't a field, it's a subdivision.
Yeah?
Bronco is bringing a prospect out here today, and I don't see him.
Let's go back to the hospital, Unc.
No, we have to find Bronco. Say, isn't the car leaning to the left again?
It always leans when you're in it.
That's not what I mean. I think the tire's going flat again. Leroy, watch for a free air sign.
This is getting embarrassing, Unc.
You what?
That makes 3 times you stopped at that filling station for nothing but air.
Well, Leroy, we don't have time to let them change the tire.
You stopping at home?
Yeah, for just a minute. Uh-oh, tire's going down again. Filling stations aren't close enough together. Leroy, man the pump while I go talk to Bertie.
Okay.
Bertie! Yo, Bertie!
You calling Miss Gildersleeve?
Yes, Bertie. Has Bronco phoned?
No, sir, not yet.
Oh, my goodness, I better phone the hospital.
I just talked to him.
He isn't there?
No, sir.
Oh, how is everything?
They say the stock's circling for a landing.
Oop. Leroy, detach the pump. We have to find Bronco. Well, Bronco wasn't at Floyd's barbershop. I don't know where else to look.
How about stopping and asking Mr. Petey, Unc? There's a parking space.
It's a good idea, Leroy. You better see how the tire's holding up. Oop, it isn't. Leroy?
I got the pump. Gosh, Unc, I'm a human gas station.
Now, Leroy, I'm as tired pumping as you are. I'll be back in a minute. Just don't lose any ground.
Okay.
Peavy?
Hello, Mr. Gildersleeve. What can I do for you?
Peavy, have you seen Bronco?
Yes.
You have?
I saw him just the other day. He was on his way to the post office.
Peavy, he ought to be at the hospital.
Why, is he sick?
No, Peavy. We just took Marjorie there.
Oh, it's the baby.
Yeah, and Bronco's out selling real estate somewhere, and I can't find him.
You don't say.
The father should be there. I don't want Bronco to miss the biggest moment of his life.
Oh, my, no.
I don't want to miss it myself. I'm practically the grandfather, Peavy.
My, this is exciting.
It's too exciting. Yeah, I better call the hospital.
And I'd better call Mrs. Peavy.
Yeah, do you have a nickel, Peavy?
Yes, thank you.
But, Peavy, I want to use the nickel.
I'll give you one in a minute. Mrs. Peavy has looked forward to this day.
Yeah, but...
She's always been very fond of Marjorie.
Peavy, this is important.
I know.
Yeah, I need the phone.
Mrs. Peavy? This is Mr. Peavy.
Oh, my goodness.
Marjorie went to the hospital this morning. Isn't that nice?
Look, Peavy.
Well, Mr. Gildersleeve didn't say. I'll ask him. Hold the phone there. Mr. Gildersleeve, is it a boy or a girl?
It isn't here yet, as far as I know.
It isn't here yet, as far as he knows.
Yofer.
What's that, dear? Mr. Gildersleeve didn't say. I'll ask him. Hold the phone. Mr. Gildersleeve, what are they going to name the baby if it's a boy?
Yeah, I don't know, Peavy.
Do you know what they'll name it if it's a girl?
No, Peavy.
He doesn't know.
Peavy, please get off the phone.
Just a second, Mr. Gildersleeve. How's that, dear? Yes, I'll keep you informed. Goodbye. By the way, you haven't seen Bronco, have you?
Yo, brother.
The reason I ask is because I'm trying to help Mr. Gildersleeve.
You big help.
Goodbye, dear. All right, Mr. Gildersleeve, it's your turn, and here's your nickel.
Yeah, thanks, Peavy.
You're very welcome.
You better check with the judge and see if they've located Bronco.
Summerfield Hospital.
The father's room, please. It's urgent.
Naturally. I'll connect you.
Yeah. Thank you. Come on, Judge, answer.
Hello?
Hello, Judge.
No, this is Bronco.
Well, put the judge on. I wanted to see if Bronco... Bronco!
Oh, it's you, Mr. Gildersleeve.
Bronco, I've been looking all over for you.
I know, Mr. Gildersleeve. I made it.
Has anything happened yet?
No, not yet, Mr. Gildersleeve. But they say... Uh-oh. Miss Milford's calling me.
Here she is. Bronco. Bronco! He's gone. Yeah, I'm going too.
Going to the hospital, Mr. Gildersleeve?
You bet. It's a race between me and the stork, and I'm going to win.
Well, I wouldn't say that.
Yeah, I've got to make it. Those bells. I wonder if they have anything to do with it. Oop. Excuse me, madam. Nurse. Yeah, I'm wanted here in the father's room.
Here he comes, Bronco.
You Judge. Bronco.
Mr. Gildersleeve, guess what?
You what, Bronco? You mean the baby's here?
It's here, Mr. Gildersleeve.
It is? A boy?
No, Mr. Gildersleeve. It's a girl. A wonderful, lovely little girl.
Isn't that marvelous, Gildy?
Well, fine. Little girls are nice. How's Marjorie?
Miss Milford says she's fine. Oh, Marge is the most wonderful girl in the world.
Quiet, Bronco, quiet. You're in the maternity ward.
Oh,
So, little Marjorie's a mother. Yeah, how much does the baby weigh, Bronco?
3 pounds, 15 3/4 ounces.
Just 3 pounds?
And 15 3/4 ounces.
She isn't a large girl, Gildy, but she's perfect.
Naturally.
Well, she'll grow. We'll feed her well.
It all happened just before you came, Gildy, not 2 minutes ago. Too bad you weren't here.
Well...
Mr. Gildersleeve, you'll never know how much I appreciate you chasing around looking for me. If it hadn't been for your message, I wouldn't have made it myself. Oh, I'm a happy father.
Well, I'm a happy grandfather, too. But I'd give $1 million to have heard them say it's a girl.
What'd you say, Gildy?
Oh, nothing, Judge, nothing.
Bronco?
Oh, yes, Miss Milford?
Oh, hello, Throckmorton.
Hello, Catherine.
I have news for both of you from Dr. Macer.
News?
It's a boy.
Your boy?
But you said it was a girl.
This one is a boy.
This one? You mean there's another one?
Congratulations.
I'm the father of twins!
Yes, did you hear that? I'm the grandfather of twins.
Oh, I'm so happy. This is a surprise.
Isn't it? The boy weighs 4 pounds, 1.5 ounces.
Twins! 2 of them! I can't believe it.
Yeah, I've got to tell Leroy. He's waiting out in the tree. Leroy!
Yeah?
It's twins.
Are you kidding?
No, a boy and a girl.
Holy smoke, I'm a double uncle.
No, Leroy.
Hold it up to the window.
Oh. You can see him later. Go home and tell Bertie. Look at them. Through the glass. Perfect little babies.
Yeah.
Bronco, those are your children in the nursery. The nurse is holding them up. Just for you.
Hello?
You have to keep them warm for a while. They're little tykes. You wonder which one is the boy. Oh, that one has his mouth open. That must be the girl. Bronco, you're not looking.
Yeah, what?
What's the matter? You feel all right?
Oh, yeah, but I...
Bronco.
Me? Yeah?
You can see Marjorie now.
I can.
We can? Well, come on, let's...
Well, hurry up, Mr. Gildersleeve.
No. You go. I think I'll stay here. Go ahead, my boy.
Where is she, Miss Milford? Which room? How is she? Is she all right?
Yes. She's fine. Right in here.
Oh, thank you. Marge?
Bronco?
Hello, Mother.
Hello, Father.
How are you?
Oh, I'm so glad to see you.
They made me stay outside. I couldn't do anything.
You were here?
Sure.
I knew you would be. We have twins, Bronco.
I know. 2 of them.
Have you seen them?
Sure. Oh, they're cute. The girl looks just like you.
And the boy like you?
I didn't notice.
We didn't think of twins. What'll we name them?
Name them? We'll talk about that later. You better sleep now.
Did I do all right, Bronco?
I'll say you did.
The Great Gildersleeve will be right back. Friends, it's no small thing. I mean, the salad dressing on a salad. Why, most folks agree salad dressing makes the salad. So don't take chances with your salad success. Make your salads taste extra delicious with the salad dressing. Most folks agree tastes just exactly right. Miracle Whip. Miracle Whip tastes so lively, so teasing, and yet it's not a bit too sharp. As a matter of fact, Miracle Whip tastes so delicious, it's been America's favorite salad dressing for years. Try it, won't you? For sure salad success, use the salad dressing millions prefer, the one and only Miracle Whip.
Bertie! Bertie!
I'm coming, Miss Gildersleeve.
Did you hear about it, Bertie? Did Leroy tell you?
I heard it. We got twins. That's what we got.
Yeah, a little boy and a little girl.
Ain't that something? How's Miss Marjorie?
Yeah, just fine, Bertie, just fine. But I'm a wreck. Raced around town all afternoon, pumping up that darn tire. Last we can all relax.
Speaking of the car, Mr. Gildersleeve, Mr. Bronco just called from the hospital.
Yeah, what's this?
Miss Marjorie needs a slippers and bed jacket, and I told him you'd bring them over just as soon as you got home.
You, Leroy?
Yeah?
Man the pump. Good night, folks.
Great Gildersleeve is played by Willard Waterman. The show is written by Paul West, John Elliott, and Andy White, with music by Robert Armbruster. Included in the cast are Walter Tetley, Mary Lee Robb, Lillian Randolph, Dick Crenna, Kathy Lewis, Earl Ross, and Dick LeGrand. This is John Heaston saying goodnight for the Kraft Foods Company, makers of the famous line of Kraft quality food products. Be sure to listen in next Wednesday and every Wednesday for the further adventures of the Great Gildersleeve.
What's your favorite sandwich? Hot beef or pork? Cold cuts? Bologna? Liver sausage? Cheese? Well, whatever it is, remember this. If you add a little mustard, you'll add a lot of tang. Yes, a little mustard makes every bite taste better, particularly if it's Kraft's prepared mustard. There are 2 kinds of Kraft mustard, you know. Kraft salad mustard, mild and delicately spiced, and Kraft mustard with snappy horseradish added. Have both on hand for different tastes, different uses. And remember, when you add a little mustard, you add a lot of tang. Get Kraft's prepared mustard.
Don't miss The Falcon on this station each Sunday. Check your newspaper for time of broadcast and listen next Sunday as The Falcon solves the case of the practical choker.
You bet your life it's Groucho Marx. Hear him on NBC.
The Kraft Foods Company presents Willard Waterman as the Great Gildersleeve. The Great Gildersleeve is brought to you by the Kraft Foods Company, makers of Miracle Whip, the salad dressing that's so delicious it's America's favorite. Outsells the next 20 leading brands of salad dressing combined. Miracle Whip has a wonderful, lively, teasing flavor, and yet it's not a bit too sharp. It's a flavor most folks call just exactly right. Make your salads taste better than ever with America's favorite salad dressing, delicious Miracle Whip. Last week, the great Gildersleeve's niece, Marjorie, became the mother of twins. Yep, a boy and a girl. Of course, Marjorie and the twins are still in the hospital, but Leroy, Bertie, and the proud water commissioner are happily discussing the wonderful new family.
Yeah, I can't get over it, Bertie. Twins.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I can't wait for them to come home. They'll do a lot for this house.
They've done a lot for me already.
Yeah, what's this, Leroy?
I've been elected president of my class.
You have?
Ain't that nice?
Yeah. The kids all look up to me because I'm the uncle of twins. No other kid in school can make that statement.
Yeah, I wonder if they've grown any since I saw them this afternoon.
We'll know when Mr. Bronco gets home from the hospital. He'd measure him if they'd let him get behind that glass.
They sure are particular with them. What's the use of having babies if you can't play with them?
Well, you don't play with them right away, my boy. First couple of weeks, you just look at them.
They sure are cute. The minute the nurse held them up for me to look at, I said to myself, now that's something cute.
Yeah, I agree, Bertie.
The little girl looks just like Miss Marjorie.
Well, more like Marjorie's mother, I think.
Yeah? I think she looks like me. As an infant, of course.
Well...
And that little boy, Mr. Gildersleeve, he babies your side of the family, too.
You think so?
Yes, sir. When I look at that little boy, I can just see you.
Yeah, thank you, Bertie. Right, George, I'm going to have a photographer over the minute they can stand the lights. Bertie.
Yes, sir?
What is there about the little boy that reminds you of me?
Well, for one thing, he's got your nose.
I think his nose is more like mine.
Leroy, both babies can't look like you.
Why not? They're twins.
But the boy resembles me. Bertie isn't the first one who noticed it. I noticed it myself.
I know how we can settle it, Unc. When the baby comes home, I'll paint a mustache on him to see if he looks like you.
Leroy, you will not.
Only kidding.
That boy.
Well, Bronco's home.
Oh, hello, folks.
Hi.
Hello, Bronco. How'd you leave Marjorie and the babies?
Oh, they're just fine, Mr. Gildersleeve. What a family.
Yeah, we were just talking about them.
Mr. Bronco, how are you and Miss Marjorie coming on with the names for the babies?
Well, the twins threw us a curve, Bertie. Right now, it's all up in the air.
Yeah, we ought to get that settled right away, Bronco.
Yeah, I know. Mr. Gildersleeve, we've even looked through the telephone book. Do you have any suggestions?
Boy, is he leaving himself wide open.
Well, Bronco, now you understand this is just a suggestion.
Oh, sure.
Since almost everybody thinks the twins look like my side of the family, it wouldn't be a bad idea to give both the boy and girl Gildersleeve names.
Oh?
You mean like Gildersleeve and Gildersleevette? Oh, brother.
No, Leroy, I mean first names.
Oh. Well, then how about naming one of them Leroy?
Are you serious, Leroy?
Sure.
No, Leroy, why don't you run up to bed? I'll handle this. If Bronco's really open to suggestions.
Oh, yes. We haven't decided anything, Mr. Gildersleeve.
Well, don't you worry about it, Bronco. I'll go see Judge Hooker first thing in the morning and check through some names.
Judge Hooker?
The judge has the family tree under lock and key.
What's the matter? Are we ashamed of it?
Leroy, up to bed. George. I like good old family names. Yeah, I'll get Judge Hooker to look through the records. He knows more about the family than anybody, being Marjorie's godfather. Yeah, I hope he's in.
Oh, what a beautiful morning. Everything's going my way.
Yeah, he's in. Good morning, Horace.
Oh, and a beautiful day to you, Gildy. What brings you to my legal lair this fine morning?
Judge, I want you to get out our family tree.
Why, Gildy? Can't you remember which branch you're swinging from?
Yeah, all right, Horace, all right. I'm looking for suitable family names for Marjorie's twins.
A splendid idea. I have all the family records in the safe. Now, let me see if I can remember the combination.
Yeah, don't you have it written down someplace?
No. I have a way of remembering. I start turning left. 1 for the money. 9 for the show. 6 to make ready. Then open the door.
Oh, my goodness. Sounds like inner sanctum.
Let me see now. I should be able to put my hand right on it.
What a safe. I wouldn't put my hand in there for love nor money. Judge, why do you have a shoebox in your safe?
That contains my fig bar coupons from the health store, Gildy.
Oh?
500 more and I get a folding card table.
Wee, hush, that's a lot of figs, Judge.
Yeah, but I like them. Those documents are here someplace.
Oop, what jumped out? A mouse?
No, Gildy, no. That's my curl. They were cut off when I was 7.
An old goat with mouse-colored curls.
Here we are, Gildy. 7 generations of names for you to pick from.
Well, thank you, Judge. I want to take this along to Marjorie at the hospital. We'll find a couple of suitable names for the twins.
You mean you're naming both of them for your side of the family, Gildy?
Why not, Judge?
What about the father's family, Mr. and Mrs. Thompson?
Well, Mr. Thompson's so absent-minded he can't remember his own name. He won't care if I pick them.
I see. What about Mrs. Thompson?
Mrs. Thompson?
If I know Mrs. Thompson, Gildy, she won't stand idly by while you name her grandchildren.
Well, that's right, Judge, but before she knows what's going on, Marjorie and I'll pick out 2 fine names.
Well, it could be easier said than done, Gildy.
Yeah, you just leave it to me, Judge. You just lock your safe before somebody steals your curl. George, this is a fine maternity ward. Nice and sunny. Hello, Miss Faulkner. All the nurses know me now. It's 302. This is Marjorie's room. Glad I thought to bring those snapdragons. Marjorie, it's your old uncle.
Oh, come in, Uncle Mort.
Yeah, thank you. Well, sitting up. You look lovely, my dear.
Oh, I feel wonderful. I'm so anxious to take the babies home.
Well, we're anxious to have you home. How are the twins?
Oh, they're fine.
Great. Oh, almost forgot. Snapdragons.
Oh, thank you, Unky. They're lovely.
You have a little vase I can put them in?
Well, I'll have the nurse attend to it later. Just put them over there with the others.
The others?
Mrs. Thompson brought the basket of American beauties.
She did? Eep. I'd better work fast. Marjorie.
Yes, Unky?
I thought we might decide on names for the babies this morning.
Oh, that's a coincidence. Mrs. Thompson had the same idea.
Yo.
She and Mr. Thompson just left.
I hope she didn't talk you into anything, Marjorie. You know how Bronco's mother is. She wants to run the whole show.
Oh, now, Unky, I thought you and Mother Thompson would get along better after the stork came.
It'll take more than a stork to make me get along with an old crow.
She's a very nice woman.
Sure. If you don't let her tell you what to name the babies. I'm closer to you than she is, but I wouldn't try to influence you. And by the way, I brought you the Gildersleeve family tree.
Oh, thank you, Uncle Mort. Put it on the table with the other one.
The other one?
Oh, Mrs. Thompson brought hers when she brought the roses.
Oh, my goodness. Pushy in-laws.
Now, Unky.
Well, Marjorie, if I see Mrs. Thompson, I'm afraid I'll have to be firm about this. The twins resemble our side of the family, and they should have our names.
Well, let's not make it a problem.
Oh, no, I won't. Yeah, I'd better go down and see the twins. Their little Gildersleeve faces might suggest names to me.
Goodbye.
Ta-ta, my dear. Gildersleeve, you're smooth. You've got Marjorie and vodka on your side. Now your only obstacle is Mrs. Thompson. Oop, there she is. She and her foggy husband. Better sneak back around the corner before they see me. You made it.
Mr. Gildersleeve?
Trapped. Hello, Mrs. Thompson.
Were you sneaking around the corner, Mr. Gildersleeve?
Well, tiptoeing. You're supposed to be quiet in the hospital, you know. Hello, Mr. Thompson.
Hello. Who is this fellow, Martha?
Why, Edward, it's Mr. Gildersleeve, Marjorie's uncle.
Oh, I remember now.
What a memory.
Gildersleeve, how is Marjorie?
Edward, we just left Marjorie. She's fine.
Oh, yes. Gildersleeve, Marjorie's going to have a baby.
Good heavens.
Mr. Thompson, in case you haven't heard.
We're waiting to see some babies now. They hold them up on the other side of this glass.
Yeah, I know, Mr. Thompson.
Oh, here comes the nurse with the babies now.
Yeah.
Oh, look at the little darlings. Oh, aren't they cunning?
Cute.
Two of them. Say, I wonder if they're twins.
Edward, they're Marjorie's and Bronco's twins.
Already? Things happen fast, don't they? Only a moment ago we saw Marjorie up on the third floor.
Quiet, Edward.
Oh, yes, baby.
Look at the little rascals. Kicking at the blankets.
Hello, children.
Please, Mrs. Thompson, you're going to make them cry. The one that looks like me is clouding up.
Mr. Gildersleeve, I don't see how you can possibly say one of these adorable children looks like you.
For your information, Mrs. Thompson, everyone says both babies resemble our side of the family.
Mr. Gildersleeve, how ridiculous can you be? Why, this little girl is the image of me and should be named Martha.
Please, that's the little boy. And he looks like me.
Well, that's strange. They're our grandchildren, Gildersleeve.
Well, they're mine, too. And they're going to have Gildersleeve names.
Well, we'll see about that.
Where do we go to see about it?
This is going to be harder than I thought.
Great Gildersleeve returns in a moment. Now, I don't have to tell you homemakers how hard it is to come by an idea for a luncheon main dish that's easy, delicious, and different. So I think you'll be interested in this idea for wonderful crab meat rolls. All you do is mix crab meat, diced celery, and chopped hard-cooked eggs together with Miracle Whip salad dressing. Then just cut slices from the tops of the hard rolls, scoop out part of the centers, and stuff those crispy rolls with your delicious crab meat salad. They're wonderful. And just the thing for those party lunches you have to plan now and then. And so they'll be at their delicious best. Be sure you make them with Miracle Whip salad dressing. Miracle Whip has a flavor that's neither too sharp nor too mild. It's a grand, peppy flavor that millions of folks call just exactly right. And it's a truly different flavor, because Miracle Whip is actually a different kind of salad dressing. It's made from a secret Kraft recipe that combines the best qualities of old-fashioned boiled dressing and fine mayonnaise. And delicious Miracle Whip is mixed a special Kraft way, so it's smooth as smooth can be. No wonder Miracle Whip is America's favorite salad dressing. Enjoy it on your salads, whether they're meat or fish combinations, colorful vegetable salads, or shimmering gelatin molds. You'll enjoy your salads more with the one and only Miracle Whip. Well, let's get back to the great Gildersleeve. He's having a little trouble getting Marjorie's twins named after his side of the family. Bronco's mother, Mrs. Thompson, has some pretty definite ideas on the subject, too. And when an irresistible force like the water commissioner meets an immovable object like Mrs. Thompson, something has to give.
Right, George, I won't give an inch. Hello, Peavy.
Well, hello, Mr. Gildersleeve. What can I do for you today?
I don't know.
Coke? Cigars?
Peavy, I'm so hot under the collar I don't need cigars to smoke.
Don't you?
Having trouble with Marjorie's in-laws, Peavy.
That's new?
Well, it's a new kind of trouble. Mrs. Thompson is trying to tell me what to name Marjorie's baby.
I'll bet you're not going to let her get away with that.
Not if I can help it. She's used to having her way. What do you think I should do, Peavy?
Well, you're the water commissioner. You can turn off her water. No, Peavy. I guess I'll just have to battle it out with her. Mr. Gildersleeve, there's an old saying, nothing attracts bees like a little honey.
Peavy, I'm not attracting bees. I'm arguing nose to nose with a hornet.
Well, it even pays to be nice to a hornet. I recall a disagreement Mrs. Peavy and I had about naming a baby.
Yo?
Mrs. Peavy's sister's child. I wanted to call the lad Quincy. It's my middle name.
I always wondered what the Q stood for.
Yeah, that's it, Quincy. Mrs. Peavy, on the other hand, wanted to name the boy after her great-grandfather.
What was his name, Peavy?
Loot.
Loot?
So I made quite a point of catering to Mrs. Peavy to get my way, and she was so impressed she insisted we name the boy Quincy. That's my middle name.
Yeah, I know, Peavy.
Mr. Gildersleeve, I have an idea for you.
You got a name?
Our family never did use Loot. When you have twins, you could call the boy Loot and the girl Flute.
Peavy, you're not serious.
Well, they're musical names.
Peavy, that's the silliest suggestion I ever heard.
Well, you don't have to take it. I guess you'd like to name the boy Throckmorton.
Well, they could do worse.
Well, no, I wouldn't say that.
Oh, my goodness. Peavy's a pretty shrewd campaigner. Yeah, I think I'll take his advice and play up to Mrs. Thompson. I might even invite her over for dinner.
Hi, Unc.
Hello, Leroy.
Want to pass the football?
No, not now, my boy. I want to phone Mrs. Thompson.
You want to phone Mrs. Thompson?
Of course, Leroy. I want her to come to dinner.
You want her to come to dinner?
Yes. It's been much too long since Mr. and Mrs. Thompson have been to our house for a pleasant evening.
That's a pleasant evening.
Leroy, go outside and kick your football.
I want to hear you invite Mrs. Thompson.
Leroy.
I'm going. What a character.
And a shrewd character, too. I'll get her over here, hand out a little fried chicken and flattery, and win her over. You've got to know how to handle women.
Mother, there's the phone. Shall I take it?
No, I think I'd better, Edward.
Hello?
Mrs. Thompson, this is Throckmorton P. Gildersleeve.
Oh.
Since I saw you this morning, I've been thinking.
And so have I.
I want to invite you and Mr. Thompson over for dinner tomorrow evening. Fried chicken.
Why, I don't know what to say, Mr. Gildersleeve. This is very nice of you.
Yeah, glad you think so. May we expect you? Say around 7-ish? Or 7-ish 30?
Well, I suppose you may. Yes, you may.
Yeah, good.
Thank you for the invitation, Mr. Gildersleeve.
Thank you for coming, Mrs. Thompson. Ta-ta!
Goodbye.
Who was it, Mother?
Mr. Gildersleeve. You remember him. He's Marjorie's uncle.
Oh, of course. She's the one who's married to our son, Bronco.
Yes. Mr. Gildersleeve wants us to come to dinner tomorrow night, and I want to go.
You want to go?
Yes. Yes, Edward. And I think the new twins will be given names from our side of the family.
Martha, at times I don't understand what you're talking about.
Well, Mr. Gildersleeve is such an egotistical man. I think a little flattery will win him over.
I thought we were going over there.
We are. Yes. Yes, tomorrow night. And I'll set a trap for that big water buffalo.
Trap a buffalo? But, Martha, I thought we were going to Gildersleeve's for dinner.
Oh, good heavens.
The table looks nice tonight, Bertie.
Thank you, sir.
How's the chicken coming?
Okay. I put the wings and necks back in the refrigerator like you said.
Yeah, good.
We're serving the Thompsons nothing but the choice pieces.
Yeah, that's the idea, Bertie.
Mr. Gildersleeve, why are the Thompsons getting all the choice pieces?
Well, I've decided we ought to be more congenial now that the twins are here.
Yes, sir.
And they still haven't been named, you know.
No, sir.
After a good dinner, when we're all contented and happy, we may get around to choosing names.
Yes, sir. Pretty hard to bite the hand that just fed you.
No, Bertie, I'm not trying to influence anybody unduly.
No, sir.
It's not up to me to name Marjorie's twins.
No, sir.
It isn't up to Mrs. Thompson either.
No, sir.
Of course, I have ideas about it.
Yes, sir.
And so does Mrs. Thompson.
Yes, sir.
So, we'll see if we can't get together after dinner.
Yes, sir. And it's pretty hard to bite the hand that just fed you.
Yes. Yeah, I wonder if Mrs. Thompson is as smart as Bertie.
Hello, Mr. Gildersleeve.
Good evening, Bronco.
What's in the box on the piano?
Oh, that's a corsage. I thought I'd pin it on your mother when she comes over.
You bought a corsage for Mother?
Uh-huh.
Mr. Gildersleeve, do you feel all right?
Never better. Bronco, after dinner, do you think we could ask your mother to play the piano and sing?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, I want Mrs. Thompson to enjoy the evening. Mr. Thompson, too. Oh, there they are. Better slip on my coat and welcome them. Hey, where's Leroy?
He's up putting on a tie like you told him.
Oh, yes. Coming!
Good evening, Mr. Gildersleeve.
Well, Mr. and Mrs. Thompson, come right in.
Hello, Gildersleeve.
Bronco, your parents are here.
Oh, hello, Mother. Dad.
Hello.
Here, Mother, let me
How are
take your coat.
No, Bronco, you take your father's coat. I'll help Mrs. Thompson out of hers.
Well, thank you, Mr. Gildersleeve. You're always such a gentleman.
Yeah, thank you. And I have something here for a very lovely lady.
Oh, Mr. Gildersleeve.
Yep, a corsage.
Oh, it's beautiful.
Well, beauty deserves the beautiful, I always say.
Oh, Mr. Gildersleeve.
I'm in.
Oh, I have something for you, too.
You?
Edward, give dear Mr. Gildersleeve my cigars.
Oh, yes. Gildersleeve, a box of cigars. Smokes for the smoker.
Thank you. I wonder if they're loaded.
Well, let's everybody sit down.
Yeah, here's Mother Thompson. You sit here with me.
Thank you.
Well, it certainly is nice to see the two families together.
Yes, isn't it? When are we going to argue about naming the baby?
Please, Mrs. Thompson. I didn't think we discussed that until after we'd eaten some chicken. Yeah, I mean...
Well, after all, there isn't much to talk about.
There isn't?
Gildersleeve, Martha says it's decided.
No, wait a minute. I have something to say about this.
But Gildersleeve, Martha gave you cigars.
Well, I gave her a corsage.
Mr. Gildersleeve, if you're trying to bribe me, you can have the corsage back.
Bribe you? Me? No, Mrs. Thompson. You didn't bring me a box of cigars because you're fond of me.
No, I didn't.
Yeah, you're just trying to get me to let you name the twins, that's all.
I thought we weren't going to talk about names until after chicken.
Edward, you stay out of this.
Yes, Mother.
Now, wait a minute, Mother.
You stay out of it too, Bronco. Now, you listen to me, Mr. Gildersleeve.
Yeah, I had the floor, Mrs. Thompson.
I will not stay out of it.
Bronco.
I'm sorry, Mother, but I've stood by as long as I can. Whose twins are these, anyway?
Whose twins? Well...
Marge and I know you both mean well, and we've looked over both family trees.
Oh? What did you think of them?
Some very funny names. Now Marge and I are taking over. We've given a lot of thought to naming our babies, and we've got news for you.
You have?
What are you going to name them, Bronco?
We don't know.
Oh, my goodness.
But we'll make the final decisions, and thank you very much.
Well, yeah, I guess you're right, Bronco.
Yes, perhaps we were meddling, son.
My arm, Mrs. Thompson.
Oh, thank you, Mr. Gildersleeve.
Yes, let's eat chicken. Then we can argue about naming the baby.
We will not.
The Great Gildersleeve will be right back. You good cooks know that tomatoes stuffed with chicken salad is probably not a new idea, but it's still a good one. And if you want to make it extra good, just make your chicken salad with Miracle Whip salad dressing, because Miracle Whip has such a wonderful flavor, lively and teasing, peppy, and yet not a bit too sharp. It's a flavor that's just exactly right. And it's a different flavor, one you won't find in any other salad dressing. Get a jar tomorrow and make your salads taste extra delicious with the one and only Miracle Whip.
This is Gildersleeve again, folks. We're having a dickens of a time naming those twins, aren't we? But I have an idea. A real good one. You'll hear all about it next week. And now, before we go, I'd like to take just a moment to remind you that next week is National 4-H Club Week. Last year, nearly 2 million young people all over America participated in 4-H Club work. You know what they did? Well, just listen to this. 4-H Club members last year raised 100,000 acres of garden products. And that's a lot of vegetables. You know how many head of livestock they raised? 1 million. They put up frozen food, too, 3 million pounds of it. And that's only the beginning. You know, I tell you, 4-H Club work isn't all turnips and beans. No, sir. These young people are learning to take their places as capable citizens in the homes, the communities, and the world of tomorrow. By George, let's all get behind the 4-H clubs and keep them growing. Good night, folks.
The Great Gildersleeve is played by Willard Waterman. The show is written by Paul West, John Elliott, and Andy White, with music by Robert Armbruster. Included in the cast are Walter Tetley, Mary Lee Robb, Lillian Randolph, Dick Trenna, Herb Butterfield, Isabel Randolph, Earl Ross, and Dick LeGrand. This is John Heaston saying goodnight for the Kraft Foods Company, makers of those famous Kraft quality food products. Be sure to listen in next Wednesday. The Great Gildersleeve will have great news for you.
Here's a thrifty secret for making economy meals come to life. Next time you serve cold meat, sandwiches, or leftovers, don't forget the mustard. For when you add a little mustard, you add a lot of tang. Every bite tastes better. And the mustard to add is Kraft's prepared mustard. There are two kinds, you know. Kraft salad mustard, mild and delicately spiced, and Kraft mustard with snappy horseradish added. Have both on hand for different tastes, different uses. And remember, when you add a little mustard, you add a lot of tang. Get Kraft's prepared mustard.
Hear the Falcon every Sunday over this station. Check your newspaper for time of broadcast and listen next Sunday as the Falcon solves the case of the gangster's girl.
You bet your life it's Groucho Marx. Hear him on NBC.
Foods Company presents Willard Waterman as the Great Gildersleeve. The Great Gildersleeve is brought to you each week by the Kraft Foods Company. Here's great news. Tonight, Parquet Margarine is announcing a sensational new $83,500 prize contest. 1,170 separate prizes, including 20 brand new 1951 Ford Victorias. Fun to enter. Anyone may win. Full details in a few minutes. Have paper and pencil ready. Parquet, you know, is the margarine that tastes so good because it's always fresh. Wonderful as a spread, a seasoning, or shortening. That's P-A-R-K-A-Y, Parquet Margarine made by Kraft. Get some tomorrow. Well, the temperature got down to 0 in Summerfield last night. And this morning, as the first rays of the frosty dawn creep into his room, the great Gildersleeve stirs in his bed, pulls the blankets closer around his ears, and cautiously opens one eye.
What is this? What time is it? 6:45. I can sleep for another 15 minutes. Who's calling at this time of the morning? Well, I'm not going to answer it. I'm sleeping.
Telephone's ringing!
That Bronco, as if I didn't know.
Telephone, Bertie! Is that the
Yo, for heaven's sake.
What meeting is it, Bertie? I got it!
Oh, what a family. Yeah, I'll be glad when Margie's home from the hospital with the twins. And they'll have to be quiet. Yeah, I guess it was the wrong number. You peace at last. I got it.
News.
Leroy, I was sound asleep.
I got news, Unc. That was my teacher on the phone. No school today.
What's this?
No school. The pipes are frozen.
Oh, my goodness.
Isn't that keen?
Yes. Now run along like a good boy and let me finish my nap. 10 minutes left. Well, it's better than nothing.
Unc.
Huh? What?
Can I go to the office with you today?
Yes, I suppose.
Oh, boy.
Now run along.
Okay.
I'm sleepy.
You go ahead and sleep.
Thank you.
I won't let anybody disturb you.
You're a good boy.
Hey, Bertie, I'm going to the office with Unc.
Leofer! Leroy! What's that?
What do you want, Unc?
You answered the phone.
That's your alarm clock. I got it. Time to get up.
Time to get up. You great Scott, this is like living in a belfry. Answer that alarm clock.
That's the telephone.
We'll shut it off.
Telephone!
Gee, what a noisy family.
Look who's talking.
Miss Brown, it's for you. I'm in the shower. Tell him I'll call him back. It ain't a he, it's a she. And she says she'll talk to you, Miss Gildersleeve.
A she? For me? Be right there. Give me my rope. To one side, Leroy.
What a character.
What girl do I know who'd be calling Bronco?
Here you are, Miss Gildersleeve.
Yeah, thank you, Bertie. Hello?
Hello, Unky.
Oh, Marjorie. It's you.
Well, certainly. What's the matter, Uncle Mort? Did I wake you up?
Me? No, of course not. Why are you awake so early in the hospital?
Awake? I finished breakfast an hour ago. I have wonderful news, Unky.
News?
Dr. Evans and Dr. Charles were in this morning, and I can come home today.
Today?
And bring
Really?
What is it, Unc? What happened?
Marjorie's coming home today.
Miss Marjorie's coming home?
Yeah, today, Bertie. You're bringing the twins.
I knew it. Today's the day. Yeah, but Unc.
Hello, Marjorie.
Hello, Unky. Tell Bronco I'll be ready at 11 o'clock.
11 o'clock. I'll be there, my dear. Don't you worry about a thing.
And maybe Bertie would come along. She can hold one of the babies on the way home.
Yeah, I'll bring Bertie. Just leave everything to your old uncle. Right, George. It's going to be good to have you home.
Thanks, Unky. You'll tell Bronco, won't you?
You bet. See you at 11 o'clock.
Bye, Unky.
Bye-bye. Bertie, throw the breakfast on the table fast. You and I have to be at the hospital at 11 o'clock.
Yes, sir. You just watch Bertie. She's going to make them vittles fly.
Hey, but Unc.
You, Leroy, don't stand there. Get a move on. This is the big day. We've got to hurry.
Yeah, but...
Bronco! Oh, Bronco!
Yes?
That was Marjorie on the phone. We're bringing her home today.
Marjorie's coming home. Oh, no, I'm coming home with the babies. What will I do? I better get dressed. Where are my clothes? Tell her I'll call her right back.
But Bronco, she's all ready. Yeah, what's the difference? The way he's going, he won't even find his clothes.
Unc,
Leroy, what is it?
you promised I could go to the office with you today.
Yes, but Leroy, I'm not going to the office. I have to go to the hospital and bring Marjorie and the babies home.
Why can't she come home on the bus?
But you don't realize, my boy, how important this is. Your sister and those babies are a precious cargo. We haven't been able to do much up to now, but by George, this is where we take over.
But why does she have to come home today?
Well, because we want her to come home today.
You said we could go to the office.
Well, we'll go to the office some other day.
I'll have to go to school on another day. Those pipes will thaw out by tomorrow.
Yofer. Leroy, stop thinking about yourself and start thinking about somebody else. Think about Marjorie. Yeah, this is no time to be selfish. We all have to pitch in and help. You too.
You mean I can help?
Sure you can. There's a lot of things to do. More than I can handle.
Well, gee, let's get going. What'll I do first?
Yeah, first go upstairs and get out of that bathrobe. Put your clothes on.
Yes, sir.
Gildersleeve, you're a natural-born executive. You sure know how to make things hum. On the ball every second. Yes, sir. You get a mind like a steel trap.
Miss Cassie, Pepper!
Yeah, coming, Bertie.
Hey, Unc, you're going to eat in your bathrobe.
The bathroom. Oop, where are my clothes? Let's see now, Bertie. We only have a couple of hours. A lot of things to do before we bring Marjorie home.
Well, I got Miss Marjorie's clothes all packed in a suitcase, the one she's going to wear home.
Yeah, good, Bertie, good.
And I can just see myself sitting in that car holding one of them babies. I'm going to be nervous like an old mother hen.
Well, you won't have to worry, Bertie. Not with me driving.
Oh. You driving Miss Marjorie home?
You, absolutely, Bertie. I've been waiting a long time. Looking forward to the day I'd pull into the driveway with Marjorie and her babies. Yes, sir.
I'm finished with breakfast, Unc. Where do I start? What can I do?
Well, somebody's got to set those two little beds up for the babies.
Yeah, Keen. Where's the screwdriver and the pliers? I'll set up the bed.
No, you better let me do that, Leroy.
Huh?
Yeah, that's kind of a tricky job.
Oh, Unc.
No, my boy, we wouldn't want the beds to fall down. Roll the little tykes out on the floor.
I know how to put beds together. Mine falls apart all the time.
There's a lot of other things to do, Leroy.
Oh, certainly, plenty of things. You let me take care of the beds.
We're going to need 2 hot water bottles, one for each of the twins.
Now, I'll get the hot water bottle.
Now, wait a minute, Leroy.
There's only one of them hot water bottles around here. I can't find the other one.
I know where it is. Down in the basement with my tent.
With your tent?
Yeah, I was using it for a canteen.
Oh, my goodness. Yeah, we can't use that one. We'll have to go over to Judge Hooker's and borrow his.
Okay, I'll go over to Judge Hooker's.
Now, Leroy, we haven't much time. I'll take care of the hot water bottles.
You said I could do something.
Well, you can. There's lots of things to do.
We need some things from the drugstore. Cotton and baby lotion.
Well, give me some money. I'll go down to Mr. Peavy's.
Oh, Leroy, why do you insist on doing all the difficult things? You probably forget half the things you went for.
I'll write them down.
Well, there's no need for you to go. I'll stop in at Peavy's on my way back from Judge Hooker's.
Holy cow, Unc, you're doing everything. You're not letting anybody else have any fun.
Now, Leroy, that's the wrong attitude. Isn't it a question of having fun? We're all doing this for Marjorie and the babies. We simply want the most capable person to do the job. That's all.
Okay. At least I get to ride in the car with you when you bring Marge home.
Yeah, but there won't be room for you.
You mean I can't even ride with you?
Leroy, this isn't a picnic.
Where do you get to go?
that I'm only going because I have to. It's my duty. All I want is to see Marjorie and the babies brought safely home. It doesn't matter to me who goes.
You can say that. You're going.
Leroy, listen. Think how much fun it'll be to stay here and welcome Marjorie and the babies when they come in the door.
Yeah. Oh, there you are, Mr. Gildersleeve. Well, I just talked to Marge. Everything's all set.
You all set?
Yes, sir. Mr. Bullard is letting me use his Cadillac, and I'm picking Marge up at the hospital at 11 o'clock.
You use your Cadillac? You're picking her up?
That's right. We'll make a little bed in the back seat for Marge and one of the babies, and Bertie can sit with me in the front seat and hold the other one. Good arrangement, don't you think?
Well, the fact is, Bronco, I sort of planned on going myself.
Oh, I'm awfully sorry, Mr. Gildersleeve, but I'm afraid there won't be room for you.
You won't be room, huh?
I hope you don't mind, Mr. Gildersleeve.
No.
Huh? Think how much fun it'll be to stay here and welcome Marge and the babies when they come in the door.
Leroy!
Gildersleeve will be right back. In just a few minutes, full details of Parquet Margarine's easy-to-enter, great $83,000 prize contest. Get paper and pencil now. Don't miss a word that may help you win one of those big, big prizes. Great Gildersleeve had it all planned that he would drive to the hospital this morning to pick up Marjorie and the new twins. But it seems Marjorie's husband, Bronco, had the same idea, so there wasn't much the water commissioner could do.
You pushy kid who wants to do everything himself. Listen to him. Showing off. Honking. Just because he borrowed Bullard's fancy car.
Yeah, Mr. Bronco, I'll be right there, Mr. Gildersleeve.
You're all right, Bertie. Messenger boy. That's all I am around here. Bertie will be right out, Bronco.
Thanks, Mr. Gildersleeve.
Sure. There's plenty of room in that car. I could have sat in there someplace. Darn kid is just trying to hog the whole thing for himself, that's all.
Sure wish you could go along, Mr. Gildersleeve.
Oh, no, I don't mind. I had a lot of things to do anyway. He knows darn well I wouldn't go. The only reason he said that. Sometimes I think that boy is a little crooked.
If you planned on going, Mr. Gildersleeve, I'll stay here.
Oh, no, I wouldn't think of it, Bronco. You go ahead. He's smooth.
Well, here we go, Mr. Gildersleeve. We're going to get the baby.
Well, have a good trip.
Yes, sir, we're going to get the baby.
We'll be waiting for you.
See you later, Mr. Gildersleeve.
Ta-ta! Look at him, showing off his big fat hydromatic. Well, Gildersleeve, go in the house. You're collecting icicles. Yeah, I've got a good mind not even to be here when they come home. If they don't need me, why should I hang around? If they think they can get along without me, just let them try. They'll be plenty sorry. What are you doing, Leroy?
I'm packing up some stuff.
You what for?
Moving down in the cellar.
In the cellar?
Sure. I'm just an old shoe around here, so I'm going down with the other old shoes.
Now, Leroy, you mustn't feel that way.
Nobody needs me for nothing.
Yeah, that's not true, my boy. We're all needed. Every one of us. If we just make ourselves needed, we have to look for ways to help other people.
I'm moving down in the cellar. When they bring those babies home, I don't even want to see them.
Yeah, all right. You go down in the cellar. Hope you find a comfortable spot.
Okay.
Let us hear from you now and then. Boy's nose is out of joint. He's jealous of the babies. Thinks he isn't needed. Well, he'll come around. Right, George, I feel better myself, though. Why should I get steamed up just because Bronco wanted to drive Marjorie home from the hospital? There's lots more important things to do than that. Say, yeah, I'll bet Bronco went off and forgot all about the really important things. The hot water bottle from the judge. The list of things from the drugstore. That's just like a kid. Get going, Gildersleeve. I'd like to know what they do without you around here. Come on, Judge. Yeah, the old goat probably got his jumper caught in his rowing machine.
Well, Gildy.
Hello, Judge.
Come in, old friend.
Yeah, thank you.
What brings you out this fine, nippy morning, Gildy?
Oh, I'm busy as a bird dog, Judge. Marjorie's coming home from the hospital this morning.
Just so I hear. At last you'll have all your lovely little family together under one roof.
Well, it's going to be fine having Marjorie and the babies home, but they're sure keeping me on the run.
Those adorable babies. I went to the hospital yesterday to see them, Gildy.
You?
Yeah, it was during visiting hours. The nurse was holding the babies up one by one for the parents to see. Through the glass, you know.
Yes, Judge. I've been there every day for the past 2 weeks.
There must have been 4 or 5 proud fathers viewing their offspring. And me, of course.
Yeah. Well,
And
Judge.
when the nurse held up Marjorie's twins for me to look at, she smiled so prettily, and I nodded.
Oh, my goodness.
All the other fathers looked at me as much as to say, "Are those yours?"
Gopher.
And I didn't say no.
Judge!
I simply couldn't resist, Gildy. What a glorious feeling it must be for Bronco to be the father of 2 such fine children.
Yeah, we agree on that, Judge. But Bronco's still just a boy, an irresponsible kid. He forgot all the important things. It's just a good thing I was around, that's all.
What'd you forget, Gildy?
Yeah, that's why I came over, Judge. They need an extra hot water bottle when they bring the twins home. He went out and forgot all about it.
No, he didn't.
What?
He stopped by here on his way to the hospital and he picked it up.
He did?
Yes, indeed. What else did he forget?
Well, plenty of things. Yeah, there's a list of things a mile long they need from the drugstore. It is up to me to go get them. Irresponsible kids. Yeah, I'll see you later, Judge. I have to rush over to Peavy.
Maybe I can help, Gildy.
No, thank you, Judge. I can handle it. Darn Bronco wants to do everything. Couldn't even let somebody else get the hot water bottle. Yeah, by George, I'll get the stuff from Peavy's. I'll show him he isn't the only one in the family that means anything. Hello, Peavy.
Oh, Mr. Gildersleeve. What can I do for you this morning?
Oh, I need a lot of things, Peavy. Marjorie's bringing the twins home this morning.
I'll bet there's a lot of excitement around your house.
Yeah, Bronco was running around in circles. Yeah, I had to stay home from the office to keep things under control.
You don't say.
Yes, sir. You get your pencil sharpened up, Peavy. I've got a big order.
Very well.
2 boxes of cotton, 3 packages of safety pins.
Mr. Gildersleeve.
Here, write these down, Peavy.
Cotton, safety pins.
2 bottles of baby lotion, 1 for the boy and 1 for the girl.
Mr. Gildersleeve.
Talcum powder, a lilac fragrance.
Are you sure you want to buy all these things?
Of course I do, Peavy. Somebody has to do it.
Well, all I can say is you're going to have an awful lot of cotton and safety pins around your house.
Yours is?
Bronco was in this morning and bought the same things you're buying.
Peavy, he didn't.
Yes, he did. You know, Mr. Gildersleeve, Bronco is a very capable young man.
Yes.
Anything else I can do for you today?
No, nothing, Peavy. I guess I'll go home. They're not home yet. Yeah, I'm glad of it. They'd just be in the way. An old ex-Stronkel getting underfoot. I wonder where I can go. Leroy, where are you? In the cellar. Gildersleeve, that's where you belong. Down with the rest of the junk.
What are you doing, Unc?
Yeah, I'm coming down. Move over, my boy.
What's the matter, Unc?
Yeah, I feel pretty low, Leroy. You and I are just excess baggage around this house, I guess.
Pull up a box and sit down, Unc.
Yeah, you were right, Leroy. Nobody needs us.
It's okay. We got each other.
You try to do your best, work and help. And then when they bring the babies home, you've forgotten.
Yeah.
We just don't matter anymore.
Yeah. Let's run away.
Why run away? Nobody'd miss us.
Somebody pulled in the driveway.
They're home. You wonder who carried the babies in.
Who cares?
Let me help you, Marge.
I'm all right. You carry the baby.
I got this one.
Everybody's got a baby but me.
What you say, Unc?
Yeah, nothing.
Where are Leroy and Uncle Mark? They were here when I left.
Mr. Gildersleeve? Leroy, we're home.
Don't say nothing, Unc.
Did you hear that, Leroy? That was one of the babies.
Yeah. Maybe a pin's sticking him.
You wonder what they're doing up there.
They don't need us.
No, I suppose not.
You can put the babies in their beds, Bertie.
Bed? Holy smoke. I forgot to put the beds together.
Leroy, you forgot to put the beds together.
How do you like that?
That irresponsible kid. I'll get the screwdriver. Grab the pliers. Come on, Leroy. Hello, kiddies. Move over, Bronco. Let me at that bed.
Yeah, let us at it.
I can't seem to get them together.
We got screwdrivers.
You hold that end up, Leroy.
I got it.
The little rascal stopped crying. He's watching his uncle.
That's me.
Well, the other one's watching me. Yeah, aren't you? Little bright eyes.
Unc, the bed.
Oh, yes. You put the other end on, Leroy. Hurry up. Yeah, I'll get the mattresses in.
Man, I've never seen anybody work so fast.
Yeah, this is an emergency, Bertie. And you know me when there's an emergency.
And me, too.
Yes, sir.
I'll make up the bed. They hand me the blankets, Bronco.
Blankets? Blankets.
Well, here they are, Marjorie. By George, I have to do everything around here.
Well, thank you, Unky.
That's a good thing you and Leroy were around, Mr. Gildersleeve. I might never have gotten those beds together.
Well, you can't be expected to do everything, my boy.
Uncle Mort, where were you and Leroy when we came in?
Yeah, where were you, Miss Gildersleeve?
Oh, we were around.
The beds are ready, Bertie. We can put them in.
Darlings are asleep. I'll put them in bed, Bertie.
Yeah, let me put them in, Bertie.
Let me do it.
I'll put them in. Come on, honey. You go.
Oh, look at them, Bronco.
You go.
Yeah. 2 of them. Maybe we better let them sleep. Yeah. Come on, Marge.
Yeah, we'll be along in a minute, children. Haven't had a chance to look at the little tykes.
So those are babies.
Your niece and nephew. Yeah, how nicely they went into their little beds.
Yeah. They didn't put up much of a fight, did they?
Yeah, they're good babies.
Wonder what they're dreaming about.
Yeah, they haven't been in this world long enough to dream. But they will.
Unc, what are those beads around their necks?
Well, those beads have letters on them, Leroy. The hospital put those on. They spell out the baby's name.
What are their names?
I don't know.
Let's look.
Beads just say boy and girl.
Gee, they gotta have better names than that.
Yeah, they will, my boy. Marjorie and Bronco haven't been able to decide, I guess. But somebody will think of some fine names for them. You wait and see.
The great Gildersleeve will be back after this important announcement. Well, someone has to name those twins, and that's why Parquet announces a series of big prize contests. By naming the twins, you may win a 1951 Ford Victoria or one of 1,150 other prizes. Yes, 4 big, beautiful Ford Victorias will be won each week for 5 weeks. 20 Fords in all. And every week for 5 weeks, Parquet will also award
10 General Electric portable dishwashers, 20 General Electric triple whip mixers, 100 crisp new $20 bills, and 100 crisp new $10 bills. 1,170 prizes in all.
Here's how you enter. Think of names for these babies. One's a boy, one's a girl. Get an entry blank from your grocer. It will tell you how prize-winning entries are selected, or use plain paper if you prefer. Send your names for the twins, plus your own name and address, to Parquet Margarine, Box 6799, Chicago 77, Illinois. With each entry, enclose the red end flap from a package of Parquet Margarine.
And here's something special. If you'd like to try for a $500 cash bonus in addition to the first prize, include 2 Parquet red end flaps. One end flap entitles your entry to full consideration for a Ford Victoria. 2 red end flaps entitle you to $500 extra if your entry should win one of the weekly first prizes.
Remember the address, Parquet Margarine, Box 6799, Chicago 77, Illinois. First week's contest ends at midnight, March 17th. So hurry! Name the twins. Get your first entry off tomorrow.
This is Gildersleeve again, friends. Mighty nice of you folks to help us out with names for the twins. I hope you think of some good ones, and I know you will. Right away, speaking of the younger generation, this week marks the 39th birthday of the Girl Scouts in America. 39 years of building good citizens. Girl Scouts everywhere, keep up the good work. We're all proud of you.
Hey, Unc.
Oh, what is it, Leroy?
Telegram for you.
For me? Well, I wonder what this is. Let me see now. What does it say? Dear Throckmorton, remember me? Remember the girl who sang to you one rainy afternoon? Remember the girl who sang the song, The Girl in the Woods? I'll be back in Summerfield next week, and maybe you'll hear it again. Affectionately, Katie Lee. Katie Lee. Yeah, she's coming back next week. See you then. Good night, folks.
The Great Gildersleeve is played by Woolen Waterman. The show is written by Paul West, John Elliott, and Andy White, with music by Robert Armbruster. Included in the cast are Walter Tetley, Lillian Randolph, Dick Crenna, Mary Lee Robb, Earl Ross, and Dick LeGrand. This is John Heaston saying goodnight for the Kraft Foods Company, makers of those famous Kraft quality food products. Be sure to listen in next Wednesday and every Wednesday for the further adventures of the Great Gildersleeve.
Next time you raid the icebox or sit down for a between-meal snack, don't forget to add a little Kraft prepared mustard to that cold meat you eat or that sandwich you make. For when you add a little mustard, you add a lot of tang. There are 2 kinds of Kraft mustard: salad mustard with that delicately spiced mild flavor, and Kraft mustard with snappy horseradish added. Have both kinds on hand. Then for extra zest in meat or cheese, just add a little mustard and you'll add a lot of tang. Buy Kraft's prepared mustard.
Hear the Falcon every Sunday over this station. Check your newspaper for time of broadcast and listen next Sunday as the Falcon solves the case of the unsilent butler.
You bet your life it's Groucho Marx. Hear him on NBC.
The Kraft Foods Company presents Willard Waterman as the Great Gildersleeve. Gildersleeve is brought to you, transcribed by the Kraft Foods Company. More than 20 years ago, the Kraft Foods Company introduced a wonderful new salad dressing, a superbly smooth, delicious-tasting salad dressing called Miracle Whip. Miracle Whip was so remarkably good that it soon became the most popular salad dressing ever created. Now Miracle Whip outsells the next 20 leading brands of salad dressing combined, and good cooks everywhere depend on it to make their salads better tasting. To bring out the best in your salads, use the one and only Miracle Whip salad dressing. Well, a family always has to make minor adjustments when relatives come to visit. But when a relative like Aunt Hattie arrives, it calls for major adjustments. After a week of such stern domination, the great Gildersleeve and Leroy find it difficult to keep smiling.
No, Leroy. It isn't that she'll be here forever.
How do you know?
She'll go back home, sooner or later. Let's be cheerful.
I'll wait till she leaves. Then I'll be cheerful.
No, my boy.
She keeps the shades pulled down all day. I feel like I'm living in a coat closet.
Well, I'm going to do something about this dark house. The idea. The shades pulled at high noon. Bertie! Bertie!
Yeah, watch it, Unc. She hates noise.
Yeah.
You call me, Miss Gildersleeve?
Oh, quiet, Bertie.
Yes, sir. You called me?
Bertie, it's a little dark in here. I wonder if we shouldn't raise the shades.
Well, that would be a good idea.
Well, will you take care of it?
Leroy, would you like to do it?
Not me.
Bertie, let's not pass the buck. Let's raise the shades. This is my house, you know.
Yes, sir, but you ain't giving the orders.
Oh. Yeah, I'll raise the shade. I'm not afraid of Aunt Hattie.
Aren't you going to do it, Unc?
Well, as Aunt Hattie says, no use fading the rugs.
No nerve, huh?
It isn't that. I'll just raise it a few inches. Oop! Slipped out of my hand.
I think I'll go out and play.
I think I'll head for the kitchen.
Oh, wait a minute. Both of you are exaggerating. You make it sound like Aunt Hattie's a terrible ogre.
But, Unc.
Throckmorton.
Yeah, hello, Aunt Hattie. You have a good rest?
Well, I did until people started shouting down here.
Oh, sorry, Aunt Hattie.
And for heaven's sakes, what's the shade doing up at the ceiling? Was that the awful racket?
Yeah.
Leroy, I explained to everybody that the hot sun fades rugs.
I didn't do it.
Bertie?
Don't look at me. I'm innocent.
Then who could have done it? A big 220-pound elf?
Yeah, Aunt Hattie, I was adjusting the shade and it got away from me. Yeah, I'll pull it down again.
That's more like it. We'll put the shades up tonight.
Tonight? Then everybody can see in.
Well, I have no objection to anybody seeing what I do at night. There's nothing more heartwarming to the passing stranger than the happy family circle framed in the picture window.
Who's happy?
Bertie, when you went to the grocery this morning, did you remember to get my yeast and yogurt?
Yes, ma'am.
You forgot it the other day.
That'll never happen again.
Leroy, some children are playing in the back lot. Will you tell them to be quiet until 1:15? I'm napping.
Right away, Aunt Hattie.
And Throckmorton, you keep your little pinkies off those window shades, or Aunt Hattie will spank.
You're all right, Aunt Hattie. Now, you better finish your nap, or you'll be cross tonight.
Well, I had to come down and straighten you people out.
Be cheerful, Unc. Like you say, she won't stay forever.
I will see to that. Leroy.
Yeah, Unc?
Step into the kitchen, will you?
Okay.
Bertie, close the door.
Yes, sir.
What's going on?
While Aunt Hattie's still asleep, we're going to have a little council of war.
Okay, I'll raid the icebox.
Hey, Leroy, pay attention. No eating.
Well, you said it was a council of war. And they say an army marches on its stomach.
Yes, yes. Now, I know we're all fond of Aunt Hattie.
Yeah?
Oh, yes, sir.
But we're also agreed that she has overstayed her visit.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Now, naturally, we want to be diplomatic about it. But we must let Aunt Hattie know she can't stay all summer. So we have to think of a plan.
I can think better when I'm eating.
Leroy.
Bertie's following her plan.
Oh, yes, Bertie?
Bertie decided if Aunt Hattie stays around, Bertie's going on an extended vacation.
What? And leave us here to eat Aunt Hattie's eggplant boiled in seaweed?
Leroy, that's eggplant cooked with spinach. A very special recipe. Yeah. But I think Bertie has an idea.
Bertie thinks so, too.
What I'm getting at is, we can tell Aunt Hattie we're all going on a vacation.
Yeah?
Bertie can go her way. You and I, Leroy, will go up to Clear Lake and fish.
And Aunt Hattie can go home.
Well, I know she wouldn't want to interfere with our vacations.
Hey, Unc, you're using your head.
Yes, sir. Mr. Gildersleeve's got a brain.
Well.
You know what you got, Mr. Gildersleeve? You got a brain.
Yeah, thank you, Bertie.
Can we leave right after school's out?
Yeah, why not? Mayor Terwilliger says I can take my vacation anytime I want. I've got everything under control at the water department.
Oh, boy.
That'll suit Bertie. Bertie's ready to head for the mountains and relax off pine needle.
Yeah, good, Bertie.
Yes, sir. Instead of being needled by Aunt Hattie, Bertie's going to relax on the pine needle.
Yeah, all right, Bertie.
Miss Gilsey, you know what Bertie's going to do?
Yes, Bertie.
That's right. Bertie's going to relax on the pine needle.
Ooh, I wish Bertie would be more quiet.
Well, come on, Unc. Let's go break the news to Aunt Hattie.
Yeah, good idea.
Throckmorton.
Zeke, Aunt Hattie. Thought you were resting?
I was, but who can rest with all the racket?
Well, Bertie was just amused about something.
About what?
Well.
She's going on a vacation.
Yeah. Splendid. It's a good idea for her to go while I'm here. We have our little conflicts in the kitchen, so I'd love a free hand.
Well, there won't be any cooking to do, Aunt Hattie.
Why not?
Well, as a matter of fact, Leroy and I will be going on our vacation at the same time.
Yeah, Clear Lake. We're going to rent a cabin, huh?
Yes, indeed.
Well, in that case, I'll go along with you and do the cooking.
What?
Well, it wouldn't be a vacation if you didn't have somebody to cook for you.
Oh, grown.
No, Aunt Hattie. We like to rough it.
Yeah, the rougher the better.
We'll be fishing all day, eating out of cans.
Throckmorton, Leroy is a growing boy. He needs a balanced meal.
Well, true.
I'll not have little Leroy eating out of cans, like a goat.
But I want to eat like a goat.
I will go and do the cooking.
Yeah, well, of course, these plans are just tentative, Aunt Hattie. I have a lot of work to do at the office. I may not be able to get away until later, probably after you've gone home.
Yeah. When are you leaving?
Well, I will never leave when I'm needed.
And I may not get away until August.
That's all right. I'll stay.
I think I'll stop in Peavy's, pick up some cigars, and go on to the office tonight. And I'd rather work nights than have Aunt Hattie breathing down my neck at home. Hello, Peavy.
Hello, Mr. Gildersleeve. What can I do for you this evening?
Give me a handful of cigars.
Yeah? I thought your Aunt Hattie made you give up cigars.
Only around the house. Now, I can smoke tonight. I'll be at the office.
Have work tonight?
Let's say I prefer to.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Seems I always have a lot of work to do at the pharmacy when Mrs. Peavy's mother comes to visit.
Yeah, you just want to stay away from the house.
I'm very fond of Mrs. Peavy's mother.
That's because she seldom comes to stay.
She would if I didn't send Mrs. Peavy over there. I like to save Mother Hawkins the trip.
Oh, sure.
As a matter of fact, Mrs. Peavy's visiting her now.
Well, care to go bowling? I don't have to go to the office.
Well, I'd like to, but I have to go home at 9 o'clock and feed the parrot.
Does he have to be fed at 9 o'clock?
If I don't, he'll tell on me. You blabbermouth. Hey, there's your boss peeping in the door.
What?
Good evening, Peavy. Well, hello, Mayor Terwilliger. Gildersleeve.
Hello, Mr. Mayor.
Spending the evening at the soda fountain?
Well,
I thought this is where you spend most of the day.
No, Mr. Mayor.
I'll take a package of these razor blades, Peavy.
Very well.
Well, I thought all of us employees gave you an electric razor last Christmas.
I still need these. I may be shaving some employee's salary if he doesn't spend more time at the office.
Zoink.
Hey, Mr. Gildersleeve's on his way to the office tonight, aren't you, Mr. Gildersleeve?
Oh, yes, indeed.
Peavy, did Gildersleeve pay you to make that statement?
No, but if he wants to, it's all right.
No, I was just telling Peavy I plan to spend the whole evening at the office.
Commissioner, whom are you trying to impress?
Nobody. I expect to be at the office nearly every night.
His Aunt Hattie's living with him now.
Who?
Frankly, Mr. Mayor, I have relative troubles I'd rather not talk about.
I understand. Well, I must get home before I have relative troubles.
Oh, do you have relatives at home?
Mrs. Terwilliger.
It's very funny, Mr. Mayor.
It is not.
Goodbye, Mayor.
Goodbye. I can never tell when the mayor's kidding.
He wasn't kidding about shaving somebody's salary.
Yeah. No harm in letting him know I'm going to work tonight.
No, I know.
It's a cinch I'm not going home and sit with Aunt Hattie. It's no laughing matter. You don't know what we put up with. Shades drawn. We practically have to tiptoe around the house. She doesn't like company.
Well, my aunt of social, is she?
Say, Peavy, we've been friends a long time. Would you like to help me get rid of Aunt Hattie?
Oh, no, Mr. Gildersleeve.
Well, all right. You don't want to accommodate a good customer. I'll take my business elsewhere.
Well, what did you have in mind?
Well, it just occurred to me that with Mrs. Peavy out of town, you could come over and stay at my house for a few days.
Mr. Gildersleeve, you're not that good a customer.
No, wait a minute. Just think this thing through. With Mrs. Peavy away, where do you get your meals?
Here at the pharmacy.
Yeah, you can't live on vitamin pills.
Well, I can on bologna sandwiches and banana splits.
Oh, my goodness. How would you like to have Bertie prepare you a big breakfast every morning? Bacon, eggs, hot biscuits.
Yeah.
Yeah, and a big dinner every night. Thick chops, juicy roasts, 2-inch steaks. What do you say, Peavy?
To heck with the bologna. I'll be over in the morning.
Now you're talking.
Is it all right if I bring the parrot?
No, I don't think you'd better. Aunt Hattie doesn't like parrots, and you wouldn't want anything to happen to the bird.
No, I wouldn't say that.
The great Gildersleeve will be back in just a minute. If we were to take a popularity poll of vegetable courses, chances are the winner would be broccoli or asparagus with hollandaise sauce. And no wonder. Nothing nicer could happen to these tender green vegetables than the smooth, creamy sauce we call hollandaise. But perhaps you don't enjoy this tempting combination as often as you'd like because, as even the most accomplished cook will admit, hollandaise sauce is a tricky thing to make. Well, here's good news. Now you can make hollandaise sauce quickly and easily. Hollandaise sauce that can't fail. You do it with Miracle Whip salad dressing. Miracle Whip, the famous salad dressing with the lively, teasing flavor. The very special flavor that no other salad dressing has. Miracle Whip is made from a secret Kraft recipe. One that combines the qualities of old-fashioned boiled dressing and fine, rich mayonnaise. It's blended carefully, thoroughly with special Kraft beaters to give it the creamiest, smoothest texture you ever saw. Now, to make your never-fail hollandaise sauce, you put 1 cup of Miracle Whip into the top half of a double boiler with hot water in the bottom half, and heat the Miracle Whip for 10 minutes without boiling. Then just add 2 tablespoons of lemon juice and mix it in well. That's all there is to it. Try it soon. It's a good idea to get the quart jar of Miracle Whip when you buy, so you'll have plenty on hand for all the cool, colorful salads you like to serve these days, too. Remember, it's America's favorite salad dressing, the one and only Miracle Whip. Get back to the great Gildersleeve. His dear old Aunt Hattie came to stay a few days, but now it appears that, like the plumbing, she'll become a permanent fixture. Getting desperate, the water commissioner has decided to capitalize on Aunt Hattie's dislike of noise and strangers.
I've invited Peavy to stay with us a few days, Bertie.
Yes, sir?
We'll put him in the den.
Yes.
He's bringing his parrot, too, Bertie.
Come again?
I say he's bringing his parrot.
That's what I thought you said. Where does the parrot sleep?
Yeah, we'll put the parrot in the hall next to Aunt Hattie's room.
I was hoping you wouldn't put that bird in my room.
Oh, no.
Or this birdie would fly the coop. Birdie ain't carrying on no conversations with no parrot.
Well, he can talk to Aunt Hattie.
Yes, sir. Mr. Gildersleeve, you think Miss Hattie's going to like all this company? Oh, you got another idea.
You bet. You know how Aunt Hattie hates people and noise. Oop. What's that?
That's Piggy's jalopy.
Oh?
He and Leroy just drove it in the backyard.
Gee. It's a wonder Aunt Hattie doesn't say something about this.
She would, but she went to market for some eggplant and spinach.
Oh, do we have to have that again, Bertie? I promised Peavy steak.
Well, I ain't planning all the meals now, you know.
Yeah, I know.
Hiya.
Hello, Leroy. Piggy.
Hello, Mr. Gildersleeve. Hi, Bertie.
Hello, Piggy.
Aunt Piggy drove his jalopy over.
I heard it.
We're putting on a new horn. What do you think of it?
Yeah, look. I got it hooked up to a dry cell.
Yeah, put it here on the dining room table, Piggy.
Okay.
Do you have to bring it in the house?
We want to work on it. Make it louder.
Yeah, you can hardly hear it now. See?
Oh, my goodness. Sounds like the Chicago stockyards.
How about that, huh? How about that? Yeah, that's really great.
What a loud boy.
Yes, sir. It's a good thing Miss Hattie ain't here.
Yeah. Say, Piggy, how'd you like to stay for dinner?
Oh, what are you going to have?
Probably eggplant and spinach.
I got to go home.
No, wait a minute. We're going back to steak tonight.
I'll stay.
Oh, boy.
Piggy, why don't you come over and spend a few days with Leroy?
I stayed with him one night, and you nearly blew your top.
Well, you shouldn't have been roller skating in your room. But this time it's different.
Okay, but I'll have to go home for my trombone lesson.
What the heck? Bring your trombone.
I got the den all fixed up, Mr. Gildersleeve.
Yeah, fine, Bertie. Peavy should be here any minute.
Have you told Miss Hattie he's coming?
No, I want it to be a surprise. Once Peavy's here, she can't do anything about it.
No, sir.
Throckmorton,
Yes, Aunt Hattie?
you had a phone call when you were out
Oh?
from your boss.
Married to Williger?
He wondered why you weren't in your office this afternoon.
Well,
Where were you?
I worked 2 nights in a row.
Well, the mayor was quite bossy. As a matter of fact, I don't like his attitude.
Yeah, I know.
And if he calls again, I may just have to tell him in no uncertain terms.
No, Aunt Hattie, let's not get me in trouble with the mayor.
Somebody's at the door, Throckmorton.
Yeah, I know. Well, Peavy.
Hello, Mr. Gildersleeve.
Bring your bag right in.
Thank you.
Who are you, the brush salesman?
No, ma'am, I'm Mr. Peavy.
Aunt Hattie, this is an old friend of mine.
Oh?
Didn't I tell you he was staying with us a few days?
You most certainly did not.
Yeah, well, his wife's out of town, so he asked if he might stay over here.
Mr. Gildersleeve, it wasn't exactly
Throckmorton, didn't you explain to Mr. Peavy that you already have a house guest?
No, not yet.
You can come into the den, Peavy, and make yourself at home.
Well, I left the parrot on the porch.
Parrot? Oh, good heavens.
Oh, Mr. Peavy couldn't leave it at home, Aunt Hattie.
Well, I hope it doesn't talk. Oh, what was that?
That's a parrot. Very talented.
Bertie!
Yes, sir?
Will you get the parrot off the porch?
Yes, I'm telling. He's whistling at the gal.
Do you people have to shout?
Oh, sorry, Aunt Hattie. Should I show you to your room, Peavy?
Very well.
Now, don't go running off, Throckmorton.
What do you mean, Aunt Hattie?
Well, I think I should know a little more about somebody I have to stay in the same house with.
Well, Mr. Peavy is our neighborhood druggist and a member of the Jolly Boys Club. You've heard me speak of the Jolly Boys.
Is that the noisy group that sings?
I can prove I'm a member. There is a tavern in the town.
I'll take your word for it.
Very well.
Something wrong in there, Miss Gildersleeve?
No, just Peavy singing.
Oh, this is getting to be the noisiest house. Oh, what's that?
Piggy and Leroy must be back.
Oh, good heavens. Who's Piggy?
Little friend visiting Leroy.
Another visitor?
Hiya, Mr. Peavy.
Leroy.
Hello, my boy.
Hi, Mr. Peavy.
Hello, Piggy.
Aunt Hattie, I want you to meet Piggy.
Piggy who?
Piggy Branks. Hi, Aunt Hattie.
How do you do?
Hey, Mr. Peavy, you moved in too?
Me and the parrot.
More the merrier.
Yeah, how about that? We got 3 P's. Piggy, Mr. Peavy, and the parrot. How about that, Aunt Parrot? I mean, Aunt Hattie.
I think I'll go to my room. Oh, I don't understand this house. That parrot even talked back to me. Oh, well, perhaps today will be better.
Good morning, Miss Hattie.
Oh, I don't know, Bertie.
No, ma'am?
That parrot must have been in the Navy.
Oh, yes, ma'am. That bird's seen a lot of duty.
He was whistling out the window all night. Well, it's not amusing, Bertie. Mr. Peavy was very presumptuous in bringing it over.
Well, Mr. Gildersleeve likes Mr. Peavy.
Well, Throckmorton likes too many people. He's just a soft touch.
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, what are you doing with those eggs?
I'm coddling eggs for Mr. Peavy.
Well, why doesn't he have them scrambled like the rest of us?
Well, you're the only one that likes them scrambled.
Oh, that's the only way to eat eggs. Oh, that horn again.
Leroy and Piggy are putting it on the car.
Oh, that Piggy. Why Throckmorton tolerates him in this house, I'll never know.
No, ma'am.
Oh, everybody comes and just stays.
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, sometimes I feel sorry for Throckmorton. Everybody takes advantage of him. Where is he?
Oh, he's gone to the office. He's got an early call from the man.
Now, take that snippy mare. I just know he exploits Throckmorton because he's easygoing.
Oh, he's easygoing, all right.
Well, I'm leaving this house. But before I go, I'm going to do Throckmorton a favor.
You are?
I'm going down and give that mare a piece of my mind.
Uh-oh.
Water Department, Commissioner Gildersleeve speaking.
Miss Gildersleeve, this is Bertie.
Oh, yes, Bertie?
I've been trying to call you, but your phone's been busy.
Oh, well, I've had a busy morning.
I thought you'd like to know Miss Hattie's going home.
Well...
But before she goes, she says she's going to do you a favor.
Oh, fine. What is it?
She says she's going to tell off the mayor.
Oop. Where is she, Bertie?
She's probably in his office now.
Zeke, goodbye, Bertie. Oh, I've got to stop her. She'll wreck me. Oh, why does Aunt Hattie have to take everything into her own?
So when I got up this morning, Mr. Mayor, I said to myself, I'm going to take this matter into my own hands.
My good woman, if you'll excuse me, I'm very busy.
I won't excuse you until you answer a few questions.
Oh, well, what is it?
I suspect that you, like everybody else in Summerfield, take my nephew, Throckmorton, for granted.
I beg your pardon?
Do you know that he worked at the water department every night this week when he might have been home with his Aunt Hattie?
Well, he tried to impress me by claiming he was going to work one night.
There you go, belittling. He worked every night.
He really did?
He has to work. You should see the mouths he has to feed. Why, the poor man's at his wit's end.
I've suspected that for some time, but...
He won't speak up for himself, so I'm going to. Throckmorton deserves a raise.
Well,
Mr. Mayor.
Yes, Gildersleeve?
Your Honor, don't believe a word she says.
Very well.
What did she say?
She just about talked me into giving you a raise.
Oh, pooh.
The great Gildersleeve will be with us again in just 30 seconds. If you want to shine as a salad cook, remember, the little extra touches are important. The capers you sprinkle over the chicken salad, the chopped nuts on the fruit salad. But, of course, most important is your choice of the right salad dressing. That's why we suggest you choose Miracle Whip. Miracle Whip salad dressing has a flavor that millions of folks agree is just right. Lively, teasing, perfect. Try it. Enjoy the most delicious salads you've ever tasted. Salads made with the one and only Miracle Whip salad dressing.
Well, there. I gave your bags to the porter, Aunt Hattie.
Oh, thank you, Throckmorton.
Come again.
I will. I had a fine visit.
Good.
And I would have gotten you a raise from the mayor if you hadn't barged in when you did.
Oh, yes. Well, it's my fault, Aunt Hattie. I appreciate everything, though, believe me. Goodbye.
Goodbye, Throckmorton. Now behave yourself.
Well, she's gone at last. Yeah, she's a good old soul. But, oh, my, what a relief.
Oh, hello, Gildersleeve.
Yeah, Mayor Terwilliger.
What are you doing down here at the railroad station? Gildersleeve, I've been thinking about that Aunt Hattie of yours.
Yeah?
Outspoken, refreshing, different. I admire her pluck.
You do?
Mrs. Terwilliger would enjoy knowing her. Why don't you bring her over to dinner this evening and we'll talk about that raise?
Maurice, stop the train! Aunt Hattie, jump! Oh, good night, folks.
The Great Gildersleeve is played by Willard Waterman and is an NBC Radio Network production. The show is written by John Elliott and Andy White and is transcribed. Included in the cast are Walter Tetley, Lillian Randolph, Stan Farrar, Lorene Gamille, Johnny McGovern, and Dick LeGrand. Musical composition by Jack Meakin. This is John Heaston saying good night for the Kraft Food Company, makers of the famous line of Kraft quality food products. Be sure to listen in next week and every week for the further adventures of the Great Gildersleeve.
What goes into your favorite sandwich? Maybe it's roast beef or savory baked ham. Whatever your favorite, the perfect meat sandwich needs the perfect mustard. Kraft prepared mustard. For when you add a little mustard, you add a lot of tang. You can take your choice of two kinds of Kraft mustard. Mild Kraft mustard is smooth and delicately spiced. Or if you like your mustard with extra pep, try Kraft mustard with snappy horseradish added. Keep them both on hand and keep everyone in the family happy. Next time, get Kraft prepared mustard.
The National Safety Council reminds you that speed kills, so take it easy. Speed is involved in more than 1 out of every 3 fatal accidents. Remember this when you're tempted to get there in a hurry. Don't drive like lightning and crash like thunder. To drive safely, simply use common sense when you're at the wheel. Simple safety precautions save money and lives. Tonight, hear You Bet Your Life with Groucho on the NBC Radio Network.